2, 1.
We're already live, jackass.
That's not. Just fucking intro us, man.
You fucking son of a bitch.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the Weekly Grind, where we grind for 3 hours instead of 8, trying to find a piece of epic loot, but never seem to have any success. I'm your host, Rotten Rye. Obviously, you already know that. I have my buddy Daryl here with me, my co-host, my partner in crime, my fucking dynamic duo. There we go.
If he ever does the Eiffel Tower, that's gonna be his butt buddy.
Wait, what? What? I'm fucking King Kong. What?
You're getting the butt end.
Oh, yeah, that's the story of my life, sir. Yeah.
All right. We got John joining us again this week. He kind of saved the show when everyone else was kind of bowing out here and there. So I want to thank you for that. So again,
Hey.
John, thank you.
Hey, John. Fuck you.
Yes. Only if you say please.
Please.
All right, I'm coming over.
Oh shit, I'm gonna get graped.
And then we got Mindless Zombie Studios, I guess, I don't know, tech guy?
A little bit of
Ray joining us today.
Video producer, writer, tech guy, pivot person,
Sandwich maker.
Computer guy.
utility.
Computer god.
Dude makes a mean ham sandwich. Okay.
That was weird. All right. So
That was weird. That was the weirdest thing you've ever heard me say, right?
No, it was just odd. Like, it wasn't okay. No, it's not the weirdest thing we're going to say.
We
Just
discussed
awkward placement, right?
5
Yes.
minutes ago. We discussed you two having sex with the same woman in the same room at the same time.
Wait, did we?
With the
Where
ham
was I for this
sandwich conversation. That's the weird thing.
Where was I with this conversation? And when is this happening now?
I guess you weren't here. You missed it. It was a moment.
Yeah,
It was a
It was a
moment.
moment.
It was a moment.
Moment in time. Okay, anyway.
All right, let's start off.
move
Let's start off the episode the way we start off every episode. The games we've been gaming. We're going to start off with John. What have you been playing this week?
All right. So finally,
Oh yeah.
I got Advanced Warfare.
Nice.
Which
How you like it?
it's a little shameful that it took me this long, but I got it off of Hap.com for like $35 for the 0-day edition. And why someone was selling it for that cheap, or like at that price, I'm gonna be thankful for it. And I've been playing the shit out of Exo Survival, which is freaking hard when there's 4 people. When it's like just me by myself, I kill the shit out of everybody. I don't know why. I can't do like. There's a lot of. I discovered that on certain multiplayer games, especially in cooperative survival, there's just a lot of noobs everywhere. And there's always like the one kid who's like sitting there like, hey guys, do you have mics? Do you have mics? Guys, do you have mics?
Well,
Guys,
quit,
do you have mics?
quit describing your
I'm down,
gameplay.
invite me!
Quit describing the way you play the game and tell us about some of the people you play with.
Okay, fine. Okay, so sometimes the other guys respond to me and they go, shut up, fag.
Yeah, right. I fucked your mother. And you're like,
Bob, I want some chocolate milk.
yeah. Where's my chocolate milk? Anyway,
That-
but are you enjoying the game, sir?
I do. I like it. I like the variation. I actually played all the way through the campaign, and the campaign was actually really, really good. Like I felt a little bit let down by Ghost had like an interesting idea for the campaign, but actually all the Call of Duty campaigns have been fairly decent. I'm gonna just say that outright. But this one is a step up from Ghost, in my opinion.
Very cool. All the ass raping and ghosts kind of killed it for you.
The fact that it didn't kill the dog. I feel like they
The
really.
fact that they didn't kill. No, I'm glad they didn't kill
yeah.
the dog.
It's yeah, but look.
But I've
it's one of the
had
things
multiple
where
people. I've had
imagine-
multiple people comment though that in multiplayer they always feel really sad killing the dog kill streak
But look,
because it feels like they're
like,
shooting a dog over and over again.
imagine that dog dying, and the way it would make you feel.
And the thing is I have like my mom's
Yeah.
house. Like there's 3 dogs there right now.
Yeah?
No, 4.
Just chilling?
It's 4.
They're not your moms, they just hang out there?
Like, say, yeah, well, I'm a dog and you're a dog. We all dogs.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
What up?
I'm too wide to pull that off.
It's not how white you are on the outside. It's how non-white you are on the inside.
Yeah, non-white.
Medium brown you are on the inside.
Oh, yeah, man.
Fuck, are we talking about elf fudge cookies all of a sudden? What the hell is
Yeah,
going on?
right.
Talk about chocolate salty balls.
I'm a keeper elf. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I think it means that you have some money coming to you.
What?
I think the fact that you're a Keebler elf means you have money coming to you.
What?
Oh.
Where do I cash that
I
check?
don't know. Maybe he's pulling a reverse Tropic Thunder.
Right? Oh, wait.
All right, let's go ahead and move on, Josh. What
Is
are
that
you
a
playing
movie
this
or a
week?
drink?
Or no, actually, John, were you done?
Yeah.
All right, Josh, what were you playing this week?
Lately, I've been trying to max out some missions on Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, playing some Sonic Racing,
Oh, yeah.
as well as starting out some Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon with Sir Daryl.
Yo. Yeah,
And
that's...
that's for the MZS crew, which, god damn, that game is just all sorts of
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
We talked extensively about Sonic last episode. Not extensively. Watch our videos. Go watch them. They're hilarious. Don't watch them now. Wait till after the show. Then go
Yeah,
watch
wait till after the show, but go watch it on MZS.
Yeah. Just write this down in a notepad or etch it on your eyelid. I mean,
Load it up in a tab,
yeah.
and you can stay here.
Put it in your veins. But no, after the show, watch Mindless Zombie Studios content.
And just
Some good
remember,
stuff there.
in 2015, continue to fuck all the bees.
All the fucking bees.
I think January is going to be the month of bees with the games we're playing. God damn.
I know. I was playing some. Oh yeah.
We probably should have planned that out a little better and have it been in the spring, but whatever. All right. So yeah, we've already talked about Sonic. We hit on that notes. I want to actually talk to you about Ground Zeroes. I don't know. Your personal opinion: is it a demo or it's
a demo.
It's a proper standalone?
It's not a standalone. It's just this little thing. Like it's more akin to that Dead Rising demo thing that came out, except that they charged way too much for it still at retail price now. It's worth $5 to $10 depending on your level of Metal Gear fandom. It's fun. There is a lot of content there if you want to go ahead and max out missions and go look for everything. But if you're just wanting to run through for the story, just wait until it comes with Phantom Pain, really.
Now, do you feel like it's kind of cashing on that fan nostalgia?
No, I don't think so. What I think they wanted to do and what was in their mind, and especially like being deep into production, like that initial $40 price point, I don't know what the hell they were thinking other than we spent a lot of time on the Fox engine. But you can tell that Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be a more open world kind of thing. You're not going to have this linear mission structure, the storyline. You're going to be able to have this kind of choice, I think. They're trying to train you. They're wanting to prepare you for a different way of playing and experiencing Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And it does a good job in doing that.
The biggest difference is this time around you're playing as Jack Bauer.
Right, yeah.
Oh man, I would give a fucking nut to find out what the fuck happened with the David Hayter thing.
I think they're just trying to differentiate the characters because this is the big boss incarnation of Snake.
Yeah, I really think that down the line, and I'd have to do a little bit more research, but I really think that David Hayter may come back as Solid Snake, because what are you going to do? Have David Hayter talking to himself? They could, but
Yeah, because at some point they do meet each other.
Right.
yeah, right. Especially if they're going to try to retread the ground that the original Nintendo game did, or
Did you know,
original Nintendo and MSX game.
Yeah.
Do you know what Solid Snake's Japanese name is?
The voice actor?
No.
Or
the
that
name of
character?
the character?
No.
Yeah. It's
Well,
it's
if you go by
sturdy
Kojima's-
erection.
Let's say if you go by Kojima's pronunciation, it's Sour Snake.
The song?
Sneaky, Snake. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
It's a worthy thing. It got if they hadn't released it initially for $40, or
gone over well.
$40, or even $20, really, if they just would have released it for $15 and then had good sales for it for $5 to $10, it would have gone over a lot better with the fans. They did try to cash in at first. They thought way too highly of what you end up getting, but there is enough content there for a certain price point, and there is an introduction to what's going to be happening in the Phantom Pain, not just story, but gameplay-wise.
I think what it was that, remember when everybody bought Zone of the Enders for the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo? I think that that empowered them. They were like, "Ooh, people will buy an entire game for a demo. Let's just fucking charge them $40 for the demo."
And see, like I probably wouldn't have been so burned by it if they had knocked the price down to like maybe $10 to $15.
Sure.
But I don't know. Like it was fun while it lasted, but just wasn't enough content to warrant that price tag.
Yeah, even $20 is pushing it. Really pushing it.
All right, so is that what you played this week?
Besides that, and some of the Earth Defense Force, which is just shooting fucking ridiculous amounts of giant bugs and robots.
Yeah, I actually own a copy of that on 3D or on 3D. Yeah, 3DS has a copy of it. No,
Oh, hell yeah.
that's not. No, it doesn't. That was a fuck up on my part. 360. 360 is where I own that game. It's kind of an out there thing. Like you can tell, it's not like they didn't go for quality.
It's
They
a
went
budget game.
for, yeah, and it's fun. It's fun for what it is, honestly.
Especially with friends. It's a seriously fun third person, it's B-movie the game.
Yes, exactly. That's goddamn the best description you can give it. Like, all right, Daryl, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Erectile Dysfunction Force, better known as Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, with the MZS crew.
Okay, so to be clear, this is not a game that you play with your girlfriend.
Well, yeah, that too.
It is, okay.
That's why it has a special place in my heart. But
And in your pants.
yeah, and that's why she left me. And yeah, now I'm sad. But no, aside from that and Sonic, I've just been recording footage for some Let's Plays that I'm doing for Mindless Zombie. I'm doing a Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze Let's Play that's really, really boring, and you should never watch it unless you do, and then great.
Reverse psychology.
Right. Hey, don't watch this. No. But aside from that, yeah, I've just been playing a bunch of random shit. Just kind of trying to find something that I want to, play more of to either for review purposes or for Let's Play potential or whatever.
Or both.
So, yeah. But, yeah, exactly. And, but besides that, we're going to do some more EDF tomorrow, and looking forward to that. But yeah, as far as new stuff goes, I actually had to sell my copy of Grand Theft Auto, so I'm going retro.
Oh god, that's a new phrase. Instead of going turbo, you're going retro.
Yeah, right.
All right, we had Remy join us, so go ahead and Remy introduce yourself. But yeah, this is the other co-host.
Hi, I'm me.
She is.
If you don't know who Remy is, if you don't know who Remy is by now, you should be ashamed.
Yeah, I am
Seriously.
me. If you don't know me, then I don't know. Hold on
Then
one
get to know
second,
her.
and I will BRB again. Hold on 1 sec.
All right.
If you don't know her, get to know her.
I don't know
I'm gonna go ahead
much,
and talk about
but I
that.
know I love you.
Yeah, because we have a
That
whole
was
bunch of
unserenading.
Whoever
topics.
just said that they love me, I love them. I love them back.
Oh.
Are we talking about what we've been playing?
Yes.
Yes.
I have been playing being snowed in my apartment, which
Got
is
snowed
not.
again out there.
Game of the year
Oh.
right there.
Yeah, it was the game of the year for 2014, and
shovel.
with 78 inches in 24 hours. But it's decided that the reboot for 2015, it seems to be like doing really well. No, I've been playing a lot of WoW, and it's fun and eats your soul. And
Swallow your soul.
I guess God, is that really the only thing that I'm playing right now?
Yeah, she tried to get me to play this morning, and it was like 8:30, and I looked at she's like, hey, do you want to get on WoW? I looked at the clock, I'm like, if I get on WoW, I'm not going to get off of it until the show starts, and I haven't slept yet, so no.
Well, and that was the thing. I woke up at 5, like all prepared to go to the gym. Like got in my gym gear and was like, okay, gym time. And I opened my front door and I said, not gym time, and closed my door because I was not about to shovel.
But see, that's it. It's the snow shovel simulator.
So instead, I used my quote-unquote hours allotted to going to the gym to play WoW, and then I did my schoolwork like a good kid. But yeah, snow is facilitating my WoW addiction.
Yeah. So this snow game that we're talking about here, what would you rate the replayability of this game?
0.
No.
Well, the thing is it's January and I live in Western New York, so there's a lot of actual, replayability
replays.
simply because I like to leave my house someday. So
Wait, that's a thing you can do?
I have to play the digging out of the snow game
Wait a minute,
a
nobody told
lot
me
more
you
often
could
than I
actually
want
leave
to.
your house.
Well, I
That's
will
why
tell
there's
you this though.
doors.
If you want to feel a little bit, I don't know how big your driveway is.
I was about to break out into part of your world from Little Mermaid.
My driveway is all gravel, and it's the size of a small intersection,
Mm-hmm.
and like literally the size of a small intersection. Imagine like shoveling out all of that from stop sign to stop sign. So if your driveway is any smaller than that, feel happy.
Yeah, I don't shovel snow. I mean, let's just be honest. I am a princess. And when I moved into my current abode, one of the rules in the lease was that I don't do yard work and that I don't do snow removal because princess. Princess. And my landlord has forgotten that I am a princess. So I bought like these really nice snow shovels. They've got like steel core and steel reinforcement and all of the fancy things and all of that stuff so that I could shovel snow. And like I'm getting really good at it. It's like skills I don't want to have in life.
You could have the strongest lower back ever.
That
Check out that chick's lower back muscles.
She does a lot of shoveling. Ugh.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
she burns like a pro.
Damn calves.
But yeah, so I've been playing WoW. We actually have like I guess we're a guild, right? But like yeah, we have a group that we're gonna be doing dungeon runs and stuff with. If everybody would play, bastards. I'm like, you wanna play WoW? You wanna play WoW? You wanna play WoW? I feel like that really annoying little kid. Will you play WoW with me? Can we play WoW? And everybody's like, no, I gotta do this other stuff. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
Oh, I gotta be. Why you be responsible?
That was actually the reason I never got into the game, because it was one of those things I didn't. I mean, it's been described to me as a huge time sink. Yeah, I could play it now, actually. I just realized I'm unemployed, so.
Yeah, now is the time in your life when you can fully embrace the WoW.
I
It's
didn't
fun
play it
though because it's one of the games you can get on and then like you look at your clock and be like, oh my god, it's 4 in the morning.
I did want to mention I got prospects, man. Monday is looking good for jobs.
Awesome. That's
So,
great.
yeah, I'm
Put
going to be a
nipples on that.
janitor.
Hey, dude, you know what? I
Hey,
did that
jobs
shit.
are jobs.
Yeah, well,
I'd
actually,
rather be a
absolutely.
janitor than like a frickin' fast food worker.
Or a whore. I
And
tried that,
you
didn't
gotta-
work out. Nobody's
look.
willing to pay for a guy who's got erectile dysfunction.
Look, you
I mean,
gotta,
I
you
said I
gotta,
could do really great things with my tongue, but nobody was having it. So
you gotta pep up the janitor part of it. You're not a janitor.
Right.
You're a custodial professional. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I'll be like that guy. Well, see, it's for a hospital, so I'll just pretend I'm in an episode of Scrubs. So
There you go.
I'll be that
Pennies
janitor.
indoors and fuck with yourself.
Right. Oh man.
All right.
Actually, he put the penny in that the
Oh, I know. They found out like at, what was it, last episode or some shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to. All right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was that fucking episode. That's some feels. But yeah, let's move on to games again.
Yeah, what you been playing?
I've actually been playing.
Hey Ash, what you been playing? And every time you try to say it, I'm gonna cut you off because I'm a dick. No, no, go ahead. Man.
Warcraft 3. I went back to the old school. Fucking, it actually runs. I downloaded KOTOR, and Josh can attest to how much of a pain in the ass
Oh,
that is
yeah.
to get the run.
On friggin' Windows 8, hell yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my god. How long did you spend in time on my computer? And then you came back multiple times. Like, oh, hold on.
You're
how
like,
did I
hold on,
fix-
let's try this. Okay, hold on a minute, let's do this. Let's do
And
the
then you
combo
played
with
it for
this.
5 minutes.
I know, at one point, he
Hour
literally
and
did
a half.
say, at one point, he really did say, click your heels and try. Like,
Oh
like,
man.
oh, that's a good thing. But yeah, we finally got it up and running. I played it for about a total of 45 minutes and said, yeah, this game's textures are annoying the hell out of me. And I'm not confident enough in my modding skills to fuck around with HD texture packs and shit. So I've just put that on hold for now. I've also been on I've been playing Warcraft 3 a lot lately. Kind of bums me out. I wish I would have been making videos, but I don't know. It was kind of a second thought. So
Right. It's a good game.
yeah, like it was. Yeah,
Very nice game. Very nice.
Like it was one of the things where I was playing WoW, and it was like I was tripping out because you get to see all like the units and shit that are in Warcraft 3, but you get to see them from like a third-person perspective, and you're real up close to them and shit like that. It's like, oh, so this is what this is supposed to look like. Awesome. So now I'm like going back and I'm playing that, and if I can relive in that whole story deal.
I'm making risotto, so I'm gonna go stare at my stove, but I'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
You better.
Shit. This time you better come back.
I
We'll-
won't fall
We,
asleep.
we know where you
risotto.
live, kinda.
Yeah, you
It's
just
okay.
told us.
Oh, well,
Don't worry.
fun times. I guess that's a decent segue. If I get doxxed, I am holding all of you to not being stressed, okay? Because it's like there's all these like, oh, we're going after the East celebs, blah 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 thing going on.
Yeah.
If I get doxxed, I don't care.
Oh yeah.
If I get swatted,
Zero
Hey. Pro tip. I
Yeah.
doxed you. I doxed you.
it's totally you. I knew it. But yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
super not stressed about it. So like if you guys see that happen, nobody needs to come in and Black Knight me or anything because like seriously, I'm like
It is just a flesh wound. Oh, and by the way, don't dox Remy.
merely a flesh wound. But yeah, I will be back. And I am sorry, I keep blacking out. Like I will be in Skype calls with people and fall asleep in the Skype call. I suck. I get up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym. And
We'll poke
so
you.
I'm
if,
like poke
you
me
know.
with steaks.
Yes.
Sticks and
Well,
things.
stick.
I'll
You want to call it a stick?
Bye guys, I'll be
Bye.
back soon.
On that note, now that everybody's
shit.
uncomfortable.
All right, so we start off with our list of topics that we got.
Yeah, we've got Uncharted 4 will have multiplayer.
Don't just list them out. Let's just go one by one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. This doesn't actually come as any fucking surprise to me because Uncharted's had multiplayer for a while now. So I mean, since the second game, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So it would be kind of strange if this one didn't.
My whole thing is it all right? At this point, they're just tagging it on. Well, not necessarily tagging it on.
But
you need it. Like, does anybody play Uncharted?
well,
or the
see,
multiplayer?
the thing is, multiplayer modes, whether they're tacked on or not, are usually put on there to extend the game's longevity. So for that, in that respect, you could say that yeah, it's needed. But like, I don't play them. I've played all the Uncharted games and have never once even ventured anywhere near the fucking multiplayer mode, and I don't see that changing now.
Yeah. See, the only thing it's ever done for me is like, even it did with Last of Us 2, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like, that was the first game, my first PlayStation game, where I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna try and platinum. It'll be my first platinum. It'll be great. I was looking through the trophies and was like, and there's multiplayer trophies. Yep, not gonna play on this.
That's a topic we need to discuss one of these days.
It's like, okay, if you want to add on multiplayer to extend the longevity, awesome, go for it. If something catchy and I enjoy it, even better. But if you're just doing it, but if you do it and you put trophies to it, knowing that most people are not going to touch it.
No, that's why they put the trophies on it, because they're counting on the folks who are trophy whores to go in and jump into that mode and then,
hopefully enjoy themselves and continue to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine my surprise when I learned that people actually care about the trophies in games. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
It works on people.
Yeah, like I find myself passively like there was a point where I would go out of my way to get them, and then I just realized I'm not playing the game the way I want to play. I'm playing the way the game wants me to play it to get those trophies.
See,
no fun, no more of that.
That was something that bugged me about, I think it was Assassin's Creed 3, where it had like very specific trophies for specific, or like the constraints. You know how like they started adding like the constraints and shit to missions, where it was like, oh well, if you want to 100% synchronize this mission, you got to do this and this too.
Right.
It was like, all right, well, I'm not playing the game I want to play. Then you're telling me that I have to do this way.
Right. And going back to the multiplayer thing, I was going to say one important thing is, of course, whether or not the single-player gameplay lends itself to a multiplayer. Like, to me, The Last of Us, at least the way I've been playing it, it doesn't really seem like it would lend itself to fascinating multiplayer. Whereas Uncharted 4, it's more kind of action-oriented and whatnot, and I can kind of see that lending itself to a multiplayer mode far better. So
Yeah,
you know,
because a lot of Left 4 Dead was wow,
mhm.
whoa, no, Last of Us. What the
Yeah,
hell?
right.
A lot of The Last of Us was based on stealth.
Right.
And the fact that you could sneak around enemies and things like that. Like,
Sure.
there's entire areas that you could bypass without killing anybody.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, I haven't played the multiplayer mode, but I would imagine if it plays anything like the single player, there could be some fun to, there's maybe some fun to be had there, but at the same time, it seems like it's a slower, more deliberate kind of like, I don't know. People, I think these days are conditioned to, think of multiplayer as like death matches and whatnot.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
that's
I've
what it
seen
is.
some videos of the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, and it's kind of like you have a target
Right.
that's another player, and you have to try to stalk them down and kill them before
Now,
the
that's
guy
a
who's
great
targeting
idea.
you stalks down and kills you.
Right.
And I think, if I recall correctly, like you appear as your own character, but like the way other people see you is just as a random person
Oh
walking around.
no! What it is
NPCs or whatever.
the game will sit there and like, all right, well, these characters are selected. Every other NPC in that area are your characters that have been selected. So
Huh.
say you're playing as the hunter, right? And he has a cloak on and he has a certain weapon or whatever, right? Well, now there's like 100 other NPC hunters in the area that are just doing normal NPC things, and they literally copied your avatar's look to be your camouflage, essentially.
Essentially, you have to walk around and not raise any suspicion from other multiplayer people.
Yeah,
Right.
the problem is, and where the game falls apart, is a lot of people will just climb up on rooftops and they'll use the gun or they'll just use air assassinations constantly. Like, I used to play a lot of that back in Brotherhood when they first tagged it on and shit. And it was rocky because people, like, at first people were all enjoying it and playing it the way I think the developers meant for it to be played. But as time went on, people just got to the point where they were like, fuck it. If I just run around and I'm constantly killing anybody and say fuck the noticing thing and I'm always on the attack, I get more points doing that than I do from actually taking my time and stalking and hunting people.
Right.
So you'll have people who are just on a run constantly, like never stopping. And if they fucking get you, they just hop on you and kill you. There's no like timing, precision kills, focus, and none of that shit. They just get you and kill you. That's it.
Right. Well, I mean, then you're talking about a problem with the gameplay mechanics.
Right, right. But your point, I think you were making, was that the gameplay does kind of lend itself pretty well to a multiplayer mode. Is that
Yeah,
what
as
I'm
long
hearing?
as someone's not a dick.
Right, right. And that's a problem with the players more than the game itself necessarily.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same thing with Call of Duty. Most people play right, and then there's a couple people who run around with explosives and blow the shit out of everybody.
Right,
And they're
Including themselves
luckily
half the
they're
time.
on the rarer side, but like they still exist.
right.
But see,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, that was like the entire player base after a while. Like,
Right, yeah.
Like, seriously, it was to a point where it was like everybody was on the move.
Well, and there's this philosophy that, I don't remember what it's called or exactly how it goes, but it's something along the lines of if you give players a really quick and easy kind of method to get through a game, they will always use that. And, so I think what you're seeing with those multiplayer games is
People
folks
find
who
ways
figure
to
out how to
exploit
game
it.
it and just do that, Yeah.
Yeah. And see, like, it got to a point where, like, there was multiple game types, and there was one called Manhunt.
Right.
And I would only ever play Manhunt because, like, the other games were Wanted and something else. And Wanted was like your free-for-all, And that was the one where everyone just hauled ass, nobody bothered to be stealthy at all. It was just a constant run around, and it was just annoying. So I got in the habit of playing Manhunt, which was essentially hide and seek, where you would take your character and you would hide amongst other civilians, whether it be in a walking crowd or whatever. And it was great because you had this ability called Morph, where you could shift like 7 or 8 people around you, like it says 7 or 8 NPCs around you, to become your avatar, and you would walk around in a crowd of you. So at that point, it's just fucking pick out the right one, jackass. Let's see if you get it right.
Right, right.
And the entire time, you're racking up points for hiding. You get more points for hiding with your teammates and shit like that. So.
So as far as Uncharted goes, what's your opinions on that?
Well, see, I've never played any of the Uncharted, single player or multiplayer, so it's kind of an up in the air thing for me. This will be the first Uncharted that I play at all. So.
Well, it seems that Uncharted is based off of like a third-person shooter.
It's
So
more
got a
action
unique,
oriented.
it's got a unique setup with the gameplay experience.
Right.
And of course, it's very largely story driven. It's not at all like Call of Duty where people jump on and they just go straight to multiplayer.
Right.
Or
Yeah, the multiplayer, if I were inclined to play it, would definitely be something I would play after, exhausting
After
the
the fact.
the campaign,
And if I
So-
recall, it also has a lot of cutscenes, correct?
Yeah, oh yeah, big, huge, elaborate cutscenes. It's like,
Yeah, so it's like a very, very like if you're the type of person who really enjoys reading books and you'll read the same book like a couple times over the course of several years because it's that good,
Right.
then like this game is for you and you'll play the shit out of it.
right. And as far as the multiplayer mode, though, we feel that that's not anything surprising, and we can move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Or have we exhausted this one yet?
You don't
I
want to
know, Josh,
you don't
dude,
want to
I'm
get to the point where the horse is like dead from beating. You beat
Yeah.
the horse until it dies and then you walk away.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
So
I was asking
once it's
Josh if he had
dead,
anything else to add to this?
No,
Like it should be in the middle of its death whinnies as you turn your
Yeah.
back.
right. But basically, it's my whole thing is it's not really surprising. It's nothing really to add to it. It is what it is, and of course we can revisit it once it's out, and if we've gotten the chance to take on the multiplayer mode, and But as it stands, it's like, okay, it has it. We have acknowledged it. Now, let's go. Let's move on.
All right.
No, I'm just being
No,
a
I
fucking.
agree. We kind of have exhausted that, so it's not. Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, I don't really play the Assassin's Creed series. I've been a long Ubisoft
Right.
boycotter.
Right.
All right. Where do you guys want to go to next?
Well, next on my list here is the alleged Destiny leak that reveals potential expansion plans.
All right.
But
we can
can
do that.
anyone say that they were not? Can anyone say that they were surprised by this?
Yeah, like there's going to be DLC.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
it's
no,
a
they
huge
were-
online multiplayer game with a $500 million cost.
Right.
How could
Yeah.
they not have expansion packs
Right.
at that price?
And this
And
looks like
$500 million
it's
per expansion.
And Josh, to answer your question, it's not just like the DLC was expected, but this is apparently a full expansion, kind of like WoW and whatnot, and that I think was kind of the surprise.
Oh yeah, Comet Plague of Darkness will feature new subclasses, weapon types, PvP maps, story missions, and locations.
Right.
It might be large enough to be available on disc, which is not. Yeah, this isn't just. Oh, there's another one. House of Wolves will launch on March 10th. The other one, Comet Plague of Darkness, for September.
Now I'm going to recuse myself from this discussion because I don't know anything about Destiny, nor do I care. So that's
Here's the thing, right? Is this leak apparently came from a Destiny board meeting or some shit. So it's very well possible this could just be like some crafty fucking computer work, or this could be legit.
right.
There's
Well,
really
I'm
no
gonna go-
solid.
I'm going to go with it's more than likely legitimate. And the thing that I'm actually a little bit kind of excited about is the idea of the the story missions, because they had that in Halo. These little side missions that you could do with a buddy, and they also had it with what was it? It wasn't. It was with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and I think it was also in Black Ops. I'm not sure about that one.
Are you talking about special ops?
About special ops, where you can go on like little side story missions. I like that. I like that whole idea, because one of the things that I always kind of longed for was playing a campaign in Ghost or whatever Call of Duty game, and I really wish it would actually, like, in the expansion packs, add on bonus missions to the campaign. Like, I think that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever there's like certain things that like you wish could be resolved, but they just weren't able to, or like alternative endings, or like you could go so many different directions on this.
Well, see, the thing with Destiny is, like, they've already had like one expansion come out already, and I guess it really didn't add much, and it kind of fucked over a lot of the longtime players and shit like that. The people who already had their epics and legendaries and everything, it kind of fucked all those people out. Like, they were like, oh well, all right, well, here's a whole new set of weapons and everything that you could earn, and it burned a lot of the longtime players.
Is because they were expecting more for their money.
Not just that, but they were expecting, I guess, more story shit, because it was just like, I think a total of like 3 hours of story content.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, like it
Oh,
was
it's more than
very
Metal Gear
limited,
Solid.
and I think it was a couple strikes and then a new raid.
Okay.
Which I've never even done Vault of Glass because I'm not level 30, so the game doesn't let me do Vault of Glass. So
Yeah, Destiny's console only, isn't it?
there's no PC release yet. So
Yeah, so
No, it's on the Xbox One, and is it on the PS4?
yeah,
Probably.
but the architecture is very similar. So the chances of them porting that over are very, very.
something tells me there's just an internal thing of like, let's keep it on consoles for just a little bit longer, and then it'll be on PC.
Well, a lot of it is, I think, the Sony exclusivity thing. The fact
Yeah.
that they market it so heavy with PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
that if they went to PC right away, everyone would have said, "Fuck this," because let's be honest, it's a shooter and it's an MMO, both of which are notoriously better to play on PC.
Right.
All right. Well, let's also point out the fact you're talking about $500 million to make the game. You can bet that they were sitting there going like, "Holy shit, this is taking up a lot more money than we thought it would. Is there any way we can recover some of these costs?" And PlayStation, Sony came along and said, "You know what? Listen, for maybe like $50 million, if you let us release it on PlayStation and like give us exclusive rights to advertise for PlayStation, we'll give you some money."
No, that it was also in Bungie's favor to do that, because Bungie being who they are and being who they were last generation, with being the prominent force of Microsoft gaming.
Microsoft's
They were
whippy boy.
that, huh?
Microsoft's whippy boy.
Pretty much, exactly. Like they were legitimately, they were that developer you thought of whenever you thought Microsoft's first-party developers, even though they weren't owned by Microsoft. That's just the company you thought of.
Yeah, it's like when the Pokemon creators to Nintendo.
Exactly.
They were pretty much Nintendo. Game Freak's pretty much Nintendo. They are Bungie or pretty much Microsoft at the time, that generation.
Yeah, and so they really had to segregate themselves this generation to say that, yeah, we are multi-platform now. We aren't tied down by any contracts or anything. So that was their way to do so. Was to come out on stage at E3 and do the whole announcement and do everything the best they could. So I don't know. It's a promising leak, but until we know more information, more than just a name, it doesn't really help us none.
I mean, the screenshot itself, or not the screenshot, but the photo itself looks like it's from a legit little, internal meeting.
Yeah.
Someone snuck their cell phone up and took a picture while no one was paying attention.
I don't know. It could be good.
I wouldn't be surprised if the rumor is true.
I wouldn't doubt that it's true. I really wouldn't. Like, if you've seen the picture, it looks too legit to be
To
false.
quit.
Yeah, too legit to quit.
Alright.
But
Well, in that case, is there anything else to be said about this? Let's move on then.
Other than fucking, until we know information, there's not much more to say. So yeah.
That's release it on PC, and I might check it out.
Yeah, because I don't have an Xbox One, so I was excited about Titanfall, and then they were like, no Xbox 360. Wah, wah, wah. I was like, well, fuck you. And now I got it on computer because they released it on computer. I would buy Destiny for computer. I'm not gonna buy I'm not gonna buy an Xbox One just to play Destiny.
There's
Yeah.
not much I would buy an Xbox One specifically for at the moment anyway. There's
we
few
actually
things
got
for Wii U.
We got an article here coming up where that might swing your vote a little bit there. We can move on to that if you want. It's a nice little segue.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the Razer?
No, not the Razer. The developer, Microsoft or Xbox One developer thing.
Given more CPU power.
Yeah. Pretty much this is saying that Microsoft apparently somehow unlocked more Xbox One CPU power for developers to, use in their games and shit like that. From what I understand, it's going to shut off more Kinect functionality, and somehow, like, it's one of the things where I thought they already did that.
Well, if you look at what it says, I'll read it real quick. Documents were leaked that since October, Microsoft has opened up access to 50 to 80% of a 7th processing core of the console's 8 to developers. The 7th is one of 2 cores previously reserved for background system operations, similar to the PlayStation 4. So you have what you essentially have is an 8-core CPU, and whenever they said to developers, this is the game, this is the specs you have to work with, it's an 8-core processor, but 2 of these cores we are withholding for background running.
Yeah, system shit.
For system shit. And so of the 8, they already had access to 6, and now they have the access to roughly 6.5. So you're talking about an extra core, which will give you some functionality, but it's not going to be like a massive boost. It's going to be like a little extra cake.
You get a little extra threading capability, a little more shuffling space. It's not huge, but it's significant. And if I was a developer, I'd be a little bit excited just because, yeah, you can push a little bit more.
Let's go on, if we could, to the next paragraph here, just so we understand like what's going on with this core. The 7th is one of 2 cores previously reserved for background stuff. The publication reports that access to the 7th core, in order to access this, developers will need to forego using custom game-specific voice commands, and that infrared and depth functionality of Kinect 2 is also disabled.
There you go.
So you're going to give up Kinect because I don't know how many people use Kinect, but I don't give a fuck about Kinect. So I'm fine with that going away. And the game-specific voice commands is also like a niche thing for some games.
Yeah, like how well implemented is that in some games? Because I could see some games having that stuff like good strategy or co-op military shit.
If you've played Spec Ops, you know like that game kind of runs off of in-game commands where you're
so it's like that.
Where you direct your team, and they even have it to the point where like you can make voice commands. So maybe Spec Ops wouldn't be able to use this very well, but there are a lot of games that don't use voice commands and don't need the Kinect. Well, you could totally like dip into this and use it for a little boost, either to reduce, either to improve your frames per second or what have you.
I can't help but think that this almost sounds like a bad anime plot sometimes. The publication reports that access to the 7th core has been released.
See, no, wait. That was almost an intro to CSI Miami. Like I'm just expecting the sunglasses to come out. Just
Yay!
But yeah, see, I don't know. Kinect has kind of been a rocky experience for me. I've never really had that much success with it. Even Kinect 2.0, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's still buggy.
Does it see black people yet?
I don't know. I know it's a lot cleaner than what it was with the Kinect 1. But it just doesn't. The technology still isn't there yet, and they're almost trying to force it. And it's kind of shitty that whenever you have developers who, I'm not going to say they're rushed to it, but they just don't. It's one of the things where they develop with the game with Kinect in mind, right?
And they're incentivized. Some developers will be incentivized always, especially at console release.
See, that's kind of Rare's big problem not this year, but last couple generations, is they've been stuck in that awkward point of you guys are going to make our Kinect games. So everyone's going to come back.
The main issue is that Kinect is based off of, it takes a video of your body and tries to figure out what your body is doing and relate that to some form of controls. And that's always going to be a work in progress. They're never going to get that fully. With a controller, it's analog. You press this button, it means this button. You push the stick this direction, it means this direction. If someone says, "Oh, wave your hand," like any number of people are going to do that in a different way, and the computer has to read that hand waving and interpret it correctly every single time for every person, or to a certain degree of accuracy. So I foresee Kinect is never, until they get to the point where they can read a person's body language and a person's actions to like a 95% accuracy, Kinect is always going to be a niche thing. It's always going to be one of those, oh, this is kind of cool, but, we've done
accuracy is hampered by how, you have to make the product cheap enough to be able to shoehorn in, or, you've got to make it cheap enough to produce and be profitable, and the resolution of these sensors that are on it just aren't there yet, because you don't need as much fancy orthograms in the background if you have some high resolution sensors going on, and they're shit still even on Kinect 2.
Right, and Wii has gotten around this largely by using the remote. by using the Wiimote, where it's like something physical that they can tell indefinite. Like they can definitely tell where the control is.
Oh, there's like 5 or 6
gyroscopes
different
and whatnot.
ways. There's 5 or 6 different ways the Wiimote Wii knows what position in space the Wiimote is and what rotation it is between accelerometers and motion sensor and all that type of shit.
Gyroscopes and all that.
And of course, in order to be able to calculate that, they gave up so much processing power that it still wasn't able to do high def whenever the Wii first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, and I think they just didn't plan on that, because the Wii came out at a time when the Xbox was, what, a year old or so?
Like,
so, and even the
whole
Xbox
thing-
then didn't have HDMI support, so it was kind of...
Well, yeah, it was. I think it was. They missed out.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
they had been able to put that out in HD, I think the Wii would have done fantastically better than it did.
I don't
But the
disagree.
thing is, it
But
still
it's
did
still a great
better
system.
for most people than or for most companies than it would have, because the Wii, unlike a lot of consoles that are ever made, Nintendo makes consoles that make a profit right off the bat. Whereas
Yeah.
Microsoft and Sony, they're usually losing money for years into their console cycles.
Well, yeah,
Now that-
the consoles will always lose money. They
Whenever
don't
we
make
did
money off the
the,
consoles. They make money off the games.
that's
Exactly,
not true
the
for
license.
Nintendo though. That's not true for Nintendo.
Yeah, they
Nintendo-
make their thing. Their hardware makes a profit.
Yeah, like
granted.
that's Nintendo's whole trick of the trade is they've always like been that not developer, but that console that, like, hey, we may be a step behind the other guys, but our console, every unit it sells will be a profit for us.
Right, and you're talking about them choosing stability over certain other factors.
Yeah, and that's
They're
kind of
talking
why
about you're
they,
talking about income stability, whereas every single time Microsoft and PlayStation is choosing, or Microsoft and Sony is choosing to make a bet or make a risk.
30% fail rate.
yeah. Whereas Nintendo is
Hey,
like, that's kind of where it's at right now, right? Whereas like you have Microsoft and Sony over here, and they're doing the little console war thing, and then meanwhile Nintendo's over here sitting there just like looking at them, going, they're fucking pathetic. They have no idea how long we've been in this fucking thing.
Can I ask you guys for some clarification since I was gone for a moment? Are we talking about the boost in power to...
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we are.
great.
Yeah, right now we're talking about the financial strategies between Nintendo
Right,
making the Wii, where
Right.
every single unit sold they make some amount of profit off the Wii, whereas PlayStation and Sony and Microsoft both take a hit in selling their Xbox
Sure.
One and their PlayStation 4.
And they're actually targeting now. I do want to go back to that, but yeah, Nintendo targets the non-gamer, the gamer, pretty much everybody, and Sony and Microsoft go specifically after the people, the tech heads, who want, like shiny new, technology and stuff. And actually, which is funny because we were talking about this last week. It's the Xbox One and the PS4 kind of under-delivered in that respect this time around, and yet we're still, $400, $500. So
right.
Here's my problem with the consoles this year, minus Nintendo, because they always do their own thing.
sure.
Sony and Microsoft tried so hard for these consoles to do like everything else, including gaming, that
Yeah.
they kind of made it shittier at being a gaming console.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh, but
I think that was mostly Xbox One that had
oh
that.
yeah, it totally
Yeah.
was. But at the same time, PlayStation ate up that whole fact that like you could tell their goddamn E3 speech. The entire thing was just like, yeah, fuckers, eat up what we're saying because you know you will. Like every time they would sit there and say,
Well,
oh,
to
we're
be fair, though,
for
they
the
were-
gamer.
They were coming on the back end of Microsoft's
Microsoft,
DRM
yeah.
and shit, so
Oh god, yeah.
all they had to do was walk out and say, you can play, you can sell your games, and then everybody would have eaten up and that is kind of what happened, actually.
We're not these guys.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Xbox really shot them themselves in the foot, and Sony made the right move, in my opinion. Like when
Absolutely.
they're like, yeah, by the way, we're not doing that. Ha ha.
Funny thing is, though, that up till Microsoft's presentation, they were heavily considering it. And apparently, and take this with a grain of salt, but my understanding from what I've read over the last year or two is that it was due to publisher pressure. They wanted an environment where they kind of not necessarily had 100% control over the aftermarket, but could benefit in some way from aftermarket sales. And Sony was initially considering doing this as well until Microsoft got this backlash.
Aftermarket sales. It's the same thing. It's a similar thing with piracy. I mean, all these companies make big squawking things about how piracy is so bad, we have to enforce it and whatever. They know, and everyone else knows. It's all about public image.
Yep.
Because Microsoft has already admitted, and studies have been done that prove that piracy actually improves their sales.
Man,
It's the
Scarlett
same thing with
Johansson has
music.
all
It's the
the
same
ads.
thing with video.
Yeah.
I can give you friggin' articles quoting Microsoft people talking about piracy and how it's just it's a market to explore. You're getting users using the product, getting them used to it, and then you introduce. That's why they removed like the really hardcore restrictions from pirated copies of Windows. Now you just get that annoying little watermark. They don't
Right.
shut down your whole Windows. They want you to use your Windows still and be like, oh, okay, maybe okay, $50. Yeah, sure. Fine,
And there are
$50.
actually PC developers out there who have, upon finding that their games were being pirated, actually went out and said, okay, here's the key. Have
I've
it
seen that
legit,
happen,
and if you
yeah.
like it, buy the sequel if we make one, or buy this other game we made,
Or,
And I think
what
that's
was
the way to
thing
handle
with,
it.
What was it with Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4? They left out the FOV slider or some shit like that.
I don't know, but Serious
People were
Sam,
bitching.
you remember Serious Sam?
No, people were bitching on Twitter. Hold on a second, this is great. People were on Twitter bitching about how they didn't have an FOV slider in a first-person shooter.
Which told
And it was like, oh no, it's there.
You're a
No,
pirate.
it was like actual people. It wasn't TV. It was like, but they're like, oh no, it's there if you bought the game. If
Right.
you pirated it, the FOV slider is not part of the game. And everyone was like, what? So for all people who were bitching knocked themselves out to pirating the
think
game.
It's
either
happened.
Arkham,
Like, oh,
Arkham
gold.
Asylum or Arkham City had a similar thing where Batman's gliding wouldn't work.
Right.
Yeah, it would degrade over use. So like,
GTA 4 and the drunk cam.
yeah, and Serious Sam and that monster that would chase you down relentlessly.
That was invincible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Game Dev Tycoon that will actually have people pirate your game inside the game if you have a pirated version.
Oh, no kidding.
That was a nice one. Very meta.
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, and but I think the best way to go about it is understand that it's inevitable, and then kind of engage your potential audience in a more positive way to get them
Find
kind of
out
on board.
why they're not buying it.
Right. Yeah.
Because there are some sales that you would
Get
never
out
get.
and talk to the consumers.
Right.
Like, it's like the whole thing happened with not Special Ops, but Sniper Elite, where they found out people were pirating the game and they fucking got real pissed off and they started banning a bunch of people and shit like that. And I guess a lot of like innocent people got caught in the crossfire
Right.
and shit like that. But it's like these are people who are potentially going to buy your game.
Right.
Yeah,
And
well, and it's the same thing with used games, which is the point I was ultimately going to make.
Right.
Maybe the first game that a person tries is when they get like a $10 used game from their buddy, and they go, "Oh my god, this is the fucking best game ever," and then they go and they buy, the sequels to it.
Right, but we were actually talking about this earlier, though. Like, as far as like that goes, like used games aren't the only method for people to get games on the cheap, though.
Right.
But no, I get what you're saying. But see, that asks the developers to take a lot on faith. Like,
Well, it's
is
not,
that guy
it's not
who
even
buys
on
these
faith,
games?
though. It's not on faith. It's statistically proven.
Is
Like,
it?
you gotta
It's-
have
it's-
to buy that. Like,
It's been proven that like it's supported by the data that piracy increases sales. The same argument applies to used games.
I
Yeah,
have
there's
never
certain-
seen. You're gonna have to provide me this after the show, man, because I'd
Sure.
be interested in reading it for sure.
Absolutely, because there's statistics that like they don't necessarily want to parade around. That like the biggest demographic that pirated music was
Right.
also the biggest demographic that bought music.
Yeah.
Because the music gets out, and here's the thing: like a lot of the publishers like to talk as if the people who pirate music are just a whole bunch of assholes who go around stealing shit. No, most of the people who pirate stuff do so because they can't afford it, or like a lot of the demographic of people who steal music are like college kids and high school kids who don't necessarily have an income that they can expend on music. And once they get a solid paying job, a lot of them go back, and this was true for me. I went back and outright bought like hard
Yep.
physical CD copies of a lot of the music that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't buy everything. There's a lot of music that I downloaded that I was like, oh, this is kind of shitty, and I deleted it right after. I didn't go and, buy that stuff. But I have like a fucking 100 case of CDs that it's like the whole book is full of CDs that I bought. I don't even listen to the CDs anymore because I have them on my computer, but I bought them because you know what? I appreciate the artists, and like it's music that I initially stole that I was like, you know what? This is worth me paying for, and I paid.
I did the same thing with the new Motion Head CD. I downloaded the entire CD, listened to it. It was like, this is really good. Went to the store like a week or two later, seen it on the shelf. I'm like, yep, buying it.
This is mine. This is mine. Or there's the shit like, I'm sorry, Metallica, but I'm only gonna buy your album like 2 or 3 times before I'm like, fuck it. Like, it gets broken once, someone else steals it. I can only buy Metallica so much.
Yeah, like fuck, dude, I own 4 copies of the Black Album. It's not my fault the goddamn thing gets eaten alive because it's fucking in my CD player all the time. You should be happy about that. Come on.
Yeah, the end point is like there's about $300 to $600 that would not be in artists and publishers' pockets if I were not able to steal the music in the first place.
And you've seen some artists, like, it's kind of famous now, but like Radiohead and Trent Reznor, who went ahead and released their shit for free, went ahead and put their own torrents up and shit, but said, like, hey, if you want to buy the stuff, here's the stuff to buy, and you could even have collector's editions if you want. They're there. But if you want the music, it's free. Here, take it.
Tech Nine actually did it back in the day with what was it? Absolute Power. He released the entire CD for free, and then the next CD. He was like, all right, well, I know you got that CD for free. Now I'm going to start charging you guys.
Yeah.
And
Crack dealer.
Crack
dealer.
Like really good way to get your music out there. Like
For
there's
sure.
artists.
Now, John, if this is the case and there's actually data to support it, I will definitely go back on my whole
passing
thing.
around a link about Microsoft, specifically Microsoft and Microsoft Word, about how piracy basically secured for Microsoft markets in like burgeoning countries in countries that were moving from third world to first world.
Right.
And all the piracy basically guaranteed that every time a company popped up there, that company would be buying all Microsoft Word. They weren't buying Open Office. They weren't buying whatever the fuck Max version of it is. They were buying Microsoft Word.
And they were working with, like, if they found a bigger firm that was pirating, they wouldn't bust them and sue them or do whatever. They would work with them and be like, okay, let's try to work on a price point that we can get you a volume license.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, see, there's only one real argument that I will never accept, and that is I wouldn't have bought it anyway. Because if you weren't going to buy it, you're not really entitled to it, But
that's why I never download any EA games.
But that's what happens. That's what people say whenever they get all pissed off. Whenever like the developer gets all pissed off by the pirating and they don't fucking work with anybody, they're never like, oh well, you guys are all assholes and you're just pirating the game.
Yeah.
And that's whenever people are like, well, fuck you, I was never going to buy it then anyway. That's that argument. That's where that argument stems from. And that's where it's coming up.
And that's an argument I can't get behind. But
I will fully admit that there is a sort of ethical quandary that is involved in stealing someone else's work on talent.
Yeah.
But in this case, I would argue that the practical benefits not only to the people who are stealing, of course, but also to the artists themselves, is inarguable. To the point where mostly it's just ego. It's mostly ego from specific artists and specific producers that are making them go after people.
Yeah, I mean, if there's data that says this guy, pirated this game, and then he went on to buy it, or but when he could, or buy the sequel, then I can kind of soften my stance on that. It's just that I've heard that argument before, and nobody's ever backed it up, And so for me, it just sounded like something people were saying to, hollow, and something they were saying to like. To defend their own habits,
No, if you ask around for people who pirate stuff regularly, and I used to, I don't really do it as much anymore now that I have money.
Right.
But there's over, and if you sum up all my movies, all my video games, all my music, there is somewhere in the low thousands of dollars that other companies would not otherwise have.
Right.
And maybe the number will be higher or lower depending on who you talk to. But that scenario basically plays out with every single person I've ever talked to about pirating. I've not yet met a single person, and there's of course people out there who are like this, but the people who would say, "Oh, I just pirate shit because I like free stuff and I never plan on paying it," that percentage of people is really low.
And it's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there, but
always will be.
The main point is that for the most part, people who pirate stuff, if the stuff is good, they pay for it later.
Right. And so this stemmed from the whole increased power of the Xbox One, right?
That's how I keep a topic rolling here, though, man.
And it's good. I like seeing where things go, but I didn't get a chance to chime in on that, and all I was going to say was that I heard about this being a possibility last year, and in my opinion, if it fucking brings games up to parity with the PS4 version, so you don't have to hear people dick waving anymore about 1080p and 60 frames, I'm okay with it. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
that's
like
what
you
it
guys
could
were
do.
saying, Connect.
Yeah.
Even Connect 2.0 is still technology that is way, way, way far away from where it needs to be practical. So, you know, they've already dropped it out of the box. You can get the system, you know, at around the same price as the PS4, and I'm all for that. You know, make it an option, make it optional. But from there, I do get the whole the marketing that went into that, in the sense that like they want Connect in every box to ensure that developers would use it. But at the same time, it's like you got to take into consideration what your customers want. If they don't want to use it, you know.
But you have okay. Microsoft is not. They don't have like the largest first-party support.
Right.
So they're essentially handing it off to all the third parties and going, hey, you know, we have this extra piece of hardware if you guys want to use it and all this shit.
Right.
And that's why they put it in every box, to ensure that third-party developers would have a reason to.
I mean, essentially what you're looking at is you're looking at a piece of technology that is held back by certain elements of our ability to program.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe someday that thing will take off. And I wouldn't mind that, dude. I would fucking
Honestly,
love it if I could play like Call of Duty and like I could literally like duck myself over to the side and my character would also duck. Like that would be freaking fantastic. I would love that.
Okay,
But
so
it's not it's gonna be
reliably,
hard.
This is something I
So what
thought
time
about.
cop,
This
basically.
is something I thought about with, last
Everybody wants
generation's
time
Connect.
cop.
But there's something I thought about with last generation's Connect, right? You had I'm just gonna use Angry Joe as an example because he's the one that I can think of right now. You know, he reviewed Steel Battalion and Sonic Free Riders, both Connect games. Both were terribly fucked up because of the Connect.
Right.
Um,
Steel Battalion, actually, did that not have any controller support in it?
it had control support and Connect. The problem is the Connect didn't like you sitting down.
Oh, I've
Because your
watched
arms are so close
playthroughs.
together. Yeah, it would have your arms doing some fucked up jumbly maneuvers on screen.
That was
yeah,
the game with the elaborate fucking tank controller, right?
yeah, like
for
you had
the
like, you
original
used to-
Xbox.
Yeah, it had like
We
this
need more controllers like that.
button fucking controller.
Right.
And I'd rather have that, honestly. That
Yeah.
game looks like it fucking be fun with that kind of controller, but
And
yeah,
actually,
they tried to wire it all to Connect. The main problem is it seems to me like, okay, because you'd have games that would come out like Dance Central, right?
right.
And those games worked remotely well. You know, you really had not that many fucking up issues, you know? And then you would have games come out like Sonic Free Riders or Steel Battalion. And it was almost seemed like the B team of those studios were developing the Connect games.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
E-Team is a thing.
But do you know why the dance games worked better?
No, like,
Because the movements were
hold on
more
a second.
deliberate.
Yeah, they're way
Alright.
exaggerated and
Yeah.
Exactly, and once we get, I mean, the main issue is in the ability for a camera to determine where a person's limbs are.
Right.
I mean, let me.
Basically,
camera
the
added
Connect
for Red
2.0
and
can do like skeletal recognition, but it doesn't seem
Right.
to be there.
Right. Let me give you an analogy here for cell phones, so you can kind of understand. Right now, cell phones have been advancing at a huge rate, but you'll notice the biggest problem, the biggest setback in these things have been the battery. Almost universally. I remember
the
when
battery's
I first got
taking
cell
the
phones.
Back seat.
Huh?
The battery's taking the back
The
seat.
battery's
to
taking-
It's not that it's taking a back seat. The main issue actually is that lithium battery technology is largely limited.
Mhm.
Like we're kind of at the end of the road for lithium battery technology
Yes.
unless some kind of huge innovation comes along. Right now, the reason why the cell phones aren't progressing as fast as they could be is because people who are making these cell phones are saying to themselves, well, you know, we can most of the people will be okay with a battery that runs out after 8 to 12 hours. They're not going to buy a cell phone where the battery runs out after 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making these cell phones with these Snapdragon CPUs, but these CPUs, I guarantee you, are not half as fast as they could be.
No,
if you had the
actually,
battery
you
power to
already
support it.
have that showing in the Ouya, where the Ouya runs so much faster, and it's just running a regular old Snapdragon because it's unlocked. It's not reliant on the power management structures of Android and shit.
Mm-hmm. And so, but one thing I'm excited about though is because they've actually started making these huge advances in not battery technology, in capacitor technology.
Right.
And they're working on right now a capacitor that can charge up to 70% in like, I think it was like a minute. In like 60 seconds, it can charge like a battery, but like 70% in like 60 seconds.
Right.
And if they can make capacitors that can hold enough energy to power a cell phone for like a week. You know, like the S5 or the iPhone 6 or whatever. Then you're going to see again a freaking huge, even faster than before, leap in cell phone technology because they won't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Kinect. Right now, there's in the ability of the Kinect to determine where a person is, to find the nuances of their body position, is very limited. Once they figure that out, once they get that taken care of, you're going to see a massive leap, I believe, in where games go and what their incorporation of Kinect technology in the first place.
But now the true question to that is, do you see the Kinect itself lasting long enough to see that the technology get there?
You mean, like, do you see them doing a Kinect 3.0 and 4.0?
Yes.
I think so.
I see the technology being there, whatever the brand name for the peripherals are.
Mm-hmm.
There is certainly a market for the Wii, and if there's a market for a Wii, there's a market for the Kinect.
Right.
The issue is getting over that roadblock,
Right.
because they're ultimately looking for a much more immersive game experience. Like that's always the direction they go, more immersive.
And
And the Kinect is the next level.
Do you think they'll rebrand it?
No.
Maybe?
I don't see it.
Microsoft won't rebrand it.
Yeah.
It
I
depends.
could see Sony moving away from Move, but
Right.
I don't think they'll move away from
Well,
Kinect.
they're almost solidifying movement to a further extent with Project Morpheus.
Yeah. Well, now see, I think that's where the focus is going to be moving forward, is more on that Oculus Rift, Morpheus kind of experience.
I really thought
Sony's been doing some
there's been
VR
leaked
stuff.
documents that have come out showing that Microsoft is working on some sort of VR thing as well.
Right. And
Probably is.
that's what tends to happen,
I could see, it kind of bums me out a little bit because I wish they would have gone to Oculus and said, "Hey, look, if you guys will support the Xbox One, then we'll give you so much money or whatever." But it never, because it's
Now
one of the things where.
Now Facebook has them.
Well, look, they would have been ahead of the game had they had gone to Oculus and said, "Hey, look, let us put Oculus as a Microsoft thing," because Morpheus is still very much so in the beginning stages of planning and R&D and shit like that.
Right.
Like they have it at trade shows and shit, but it still doesn't seem to have like an actual ground of what it's going to truly be yet.
Right. No killer app yet either. Hey.
Well,
I
a
have
lot
a
of the
question for
killer
you
app
guys.
thing, what's his name? The head of Sony Computer Entertainment,
Yeah.
and not of America, but like in general.
Kazahara, is that his name?
No,
Kaz Harai?
no.
No, I mean that's the name you were thinking of, right, Joe?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but yeah, he has said that anything that's made for the Morpheus will be made for the Morpheus from the ground up. You're not going to play like Uncharted and be able to use the Morpheus.
Right. Hey, I got a question for you guys in terms of peripherals. Like, I saw a lot of blowback from the Wii remote when that was a thing. Like, oh, people don't like motion controllers and stuff. And like, my whole take on that was that the Wiimote it's an alternative control scheme, just like any specialty controller was back in the day, or like a gun and stuff like that. So what do you guys think about this weird kind of thing that a small subsection of gamers have, where they don't like anything but the most traditional of controllers? Like, do you think that's kind of a silly, kind of myopic way to look at them, or
They're using what works.
Sure.
Yep.
And once the standard for games changes, they're going to come with it. I mean, you're talking about people who aren't a fan of like experimental shit as far as the control interface goes.
There
So
you go.
if that
People who don't
changes,
want to use a
nothing.
keyboard and mouse
But-
ever.
I guess I do understand that they use what works for them, but I'm talking about the people who actively shit on what is essentially just another controller option. I guess in the case of the Wii, it isn't, because that was, for the most, it was
We have
kind of
classic
the games
controllers and stuff like that.
that- yeah, but
I mean,
you get what I'm
There's
saying?
gonna be
though?
some
Like,
people. There's gonna be some people who prefer to just sit there and not expend themselves.
Sure.
So in that sense, I think there will for a long time and possibly always be an option
right.
for people to just sit there and
And I
fucking
guess I
twiddle
should
their thumbs.
rephrase that. What do you guys think about stuff like experimental stuff, like motion controls and
I'm for it.
and all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
for the exploration of it.
Sure.
As long
as the exploration of that doesn't come at the expense of games being less fun or less engaging or less immersive.
It's one of the things where if you're going to come out with something, right, you have to build, like, okay, how they did with the Morpheus, right?
Right.
Build something from the ground up. Don't give me the Morpheus and say, oh, yeah, you can play, Grand Theft Auto with it, which now that I think about it, GTA 5 first-person mode of Morpheus, oh, God, that'd be great.
This is in essence going to be this is going to develop in the same way all great technology develops. Is there's going to be someone, or there's going to be a group of people or a group of companies who are willing to put themselves out there, and they're going to fail over and over and over again until they get that one title that's amazing and just smashes things out of the park, and then everyone else is going to go, wow, you finally figured it out, and they're gonna directly rip off every trick used in that game, which is not a bad thing, by the way.
No.
Like, the ability of anything to progress is largely dependent on everyone like stealing shit from everybody else.
Iteration is a huge part of the tech industry.
Right now when it
part of my
comes to
issue whenever Watch Dogs came out and the driving was terrible. It was like, why wouldn't you just jack the fucking code from Grand Theft Auto? It's not like a brilliant driving system, don't get me wrong, but it's miles fucking ahead of Watch Dogs.
And see, I just wanted to say one more thing before we stray too far from the topic. As far as like controls go, I think that the experimental stuff's great. Like, but I prefer. I mean, I love it. I love. And like I've said this before, like with the Wii, the thing that excited me so much was that it was a different way to play games and potentially more immersive. Didn't exactly pan out that way, outside of a few. Examples, but it was the excitement of being able to do the same thing I've done for the last 30 years, but new, or in a new way.
I think it's the necessity of, like, there's the necessity in a game for this type of control, and that's why, like, back in the NES, you had the Zapper because you had shooting games. You didn't make the Zapper because you hoped it would be innovative enough to spawn that would use the peripheral. You had a certain style of game you wanted to play and make, and so you had the Zapper. You had another certain style of games you wanted to play and make, so you had the freaking track mat. You had all this shit, and Nintendo always experimented a little bit, but there was always a game, there was always a need, a niche to push with these controls instead of Kinect just kind of tacking it on and saying, hey, look, we're edgy on the bleeding edge of technology. Go ahead and find a use for this.
Right.
There has to be a need for this.
Remember,
stuff.
the Nintendo 64 controller was exact. But what I wanted to say, though, too, is I like options. Give us some, But
there's an indie game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Daryl. But there's an indie game that actually uses the Kinect too. It's just like the most brilliant fucking idea.
Are you talking about the puppet one?
No, this one is like a platformer, right?
Okay.
Like you have to some platforms will only appear in your silhouette, so you'll have like your friends over and they have to sit there and like make a certain so you can see where the platforms are. They'll have to line themselves up where you can know where
Remy's back.
Hey, Remy. Right.
And it's like, how the hell it's an indie developer who figured out how to best use the Kinect so far.
Right. and I think that goes back to what Josh was talking about, the having a necessity for this stuff before you go out and make the stuff. Like,
look at Steel Battalion.
It doesn't need to be necessary before you go out and use it. Like, there's always going to be experimenters. Like, this is what I've been trying to say, is that when it comes to stuff like the Kinect, it's going to be an outlier, and it's going to be the type of thing where people are going to try with it and experiment it, and there's going to be a ton of failures and occasional successes until the technology is grown by the people. Because here's the thing, like, it doesn't have to be successful right away. That's not the point of new technology. The point, like, you don't create a new technology to be successful immediately. The people who try to do that are the ones who fail.
But I think what Josh was talking about, though, is that, like, the experiments that some companies have been done with, here's a game that justifies it. Instead of saying, here's tech,
or an idea that justifies it, at least.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do need, for the point of PR and the point of actually making money on the game. Of course, they're going to say that. Well, I'm talking about from
right. But that's the thing. We're talking about two different things.
Yeah, you're talking about the R&D aspect, and I'm talking about the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you sell a peripheral to somebody, you got to have a good use for it to get that. To get the customers excited for it, to get them engaged, like Nintendo had Super Mario 64 with the Nintendo 64 controller. They had Wii Sports with the Wiimote and stuff.
Oh, hello.
And
Fox 64
Microsoft,
with the Rumble Pack.
right? And Microsoft said, "Here's the Kinect. Go figure out what to do with it." And I think that's what Josh was saying. But
Yeah.
you're right in the sense that, like, you know, they need to take chances with technology and stuff as well. But it's good to bring that to market with some sort of application and then build from there too.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think.
it depends on what you want to do with it. You can
Sure.
go one of two ways. I like the way that they went with making the Kinect available and also making it optional for other people to like play with it and try to make games that go with it. Because when you have everyone who's interested on a project able to work on it, instead of them keeping it in-house until they have something they feel is a confident launch,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot farther. Of course, like I mentioned before, you can also have a lot more failures.
Right.
But the speed with which it progresses is going to be monumental. You're not going to get anywhere unless you're willing to fail.
Well, sure.
By the way,
And
Could I
yeah, Remy.
could I defend the Kinect real quick? I don't know so much about like the development process and things like that, but having worked in retail and an independent video game store for quite a while, one thing is, and we would also host one of our bigger draws to the store to compete against LameStop was we would host parties, and I can tell you, I think I have played almost every single game available for the Kinect. I, having played with it in the store, bought one because I was completely hooked on games that, because I would like you guys to respect me as a gamer, I will not mention. But
No, see, all games are games. That's the thing.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
games are
no! Some
It is-
games are not games.
No, it is. I would
Some
say,
games are literally just playing with little fuzzy tigers.
and that's okay. If you play Kinectables, we still.
But
we still
here's the
love you.
thing:
They're
you throw
so
frisbees,
cute.
you throw frisbees and break balloons, and you play
They're
games.
fucking cute, adorable animals. There's nothing wrong with that.
You actually play games with the Kinectables.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There-
predicting? I feel like sometime in the future there's gonna be a quote unquote game, and it's all like how to learn proper body language and how to interact with regular people.
As being the game.
Interaction.
and literally like it'll be like the party level where literally it's just like a party and you walk up and you try to talk to people and not make an ass out of yourself.
You're hanging.
That's
You're
not
hanging
The
out.
Sims.
You're hanging out in the back, up against the wall, and your score's going down.
Minus 10 points for social for being a wallflower.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love
Mm.
my Kinect. Like I use it, if not every day, every other day. Like I absolutely love it. Just Dance 4 is one of my favorite games. And it is a game. It's extremely competitive, and I beat boys at it all the time.
Dance Dance Revolution, and that's barely any more complex. So.
Yeah, I mean it's fun and it's silly, and I mean I love Rock Band and stuff like that too. But I don't know. I love the Kinect. I don't. Obviously, it's not for everybody.
Sure.
But even the Fable game that was Fable Journey is, even Fable Journey I enjoyed. So
Yeah, but you're non-gamer with your connectables.
Damn casual. Get out of here,
Your Lunchables.
God damn it.
yeah, go count my Steam hours. I
Yeah.
suck. I'm not a real gamer.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Like I know you guys were talking about development and stuff like that, but I just had to bust in and be like,
Developers.
oh,
and
I
That's okay.
Yeah, and we were talking. I think mainly because like we were talking about some of those more like the dance games.
All right,
you know,
I found
they're
it.
more deliberate. You
Okay,
know.
I found that game, by the way, I was just telling about. It's called Fru.
Huh?
It's called Fru.
Oh, and I was thinking of the Gunstringer game. That was
It's like
supposedly
it
pretty
uses
good
your
too.
silhouette to kind of see like the background and shit like that. It's fucking
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just like it's genius little fucking design.
sounds interesting.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'll see if I can't. Hold on. See if I can't find it on YouTube. I'm like, go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I'll tell you what.
yeah.
Since we've already been in the conversation of new technology and new stuff, you guys want to
Okay,
move on to
move
the
on.
next thing with the
Let me mute that.
hello there train.
I actually already have the next article pulled up. The PlayStation Now subscription cost.
Oh, because I actually want to talk about this Forge TV console.
Oh, if
we're
you want
in
to, yeah, we can do that.
since we're in the neighborhood. All right, so at what is this? At CES, Razer revealed an Android gaming console called the Forge TV, which apparently lets you stream movies, TVs, and TV shows, and also games from your computer to the big screen TV at your house. I am all for this. I am so fucking for this, because imagine being able to play your Steam games, not just at your computer, but you can also like just pipe it straight to your big screen TV at home.
Yeah, wasn't that what they were trying to do with Steam machines? What the fuck happened to that?
They're still in development. They actually made a revision to the controller recently.
Cool. I'd like to see
added an
that.
analog stick or something to it. So.
With this Forge TV, I'm really fucking liking the keyboard and mouse that comes with it.
Yeah,
Now,
I
I
thought
will
that was
say-
fucking genius, honestly.
I will say it was already possible to get a game to appear from your computer onto a big screen TV, but you had to have basically a second computer.
Yep. Or
And
just run a
you would
media
run it
center
through,
PC.
was it the Microsoft Gaming? Oh, what the fuck is that program? There's a Microsoft Gaming or a Microsoft movie TV show.
The Xbox Media
XBM.
Center.
There
Yeah.
you go. That
XBMC. Yeah.
the XBMC would actually allow you, if you knew what you're doing, to
Mm-hmm.
put games from Steam from one computer, and it would play off that computer, and then it would pipe the video into another computer, which would put it on the TV.
Mhm.
But that's like, I have a friend who actually did that, but it's like it requires a lot of setup. This thing is really nice.
Yeah, this is
This
just
is-
a plug.
This is like
plug
the
in, plug and play.
Chromecast of gaming. if
Have
you
they
will.
discussed a price point yet?
Yes, it's down at the bottom actually. The Forge TV console will cost $99 by itself,
Oh,
and
no
$149 with one of the controllers.
Okay.
The standalone controller with a mobile phone clip bundle costs $80. The Turret keyboard and mouse will debut in second quarter 2015 for $130.
Okay. And do we have a
Which-
release date yet for the device?
February.
Okay.
According to Google, it will release in February.
And I also like the fact that this thing is tiny. It's the size of a wallet, or
Right.
smaller than the size of a wallet. This thing, and it runs off of a Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 processing chip. If I remember correctly, that's actually the chip that's possibly used in the S5 or the S4 cell phone. The Snapdragon series has been extensively used in a lot of the
Yeah.
multi-core cell phones.
It's a mobile staple.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every one of your modern phones are running a Snapdragon right now, of some numberage.
And you can participate in Android games on Google Play, which I also love. I love that fact because there are games that I've wanted to play off of Google Play
Right.
that you just can't play on a cell phone.
Right.
Or
So
at least not
my
very well.
main question with this is, and obviously you guys have kind of already answered this because you've already talking about price points and everything, but is there truly a market for this?
I'm interested, especially at that price point.
I think
Yes, this is a much better price point for getting gaming on PC gaming on your TV than is to buy a
I'm gonna be honest.
separate media center PC.
Right.
this thing is going to be a huge boon, in my opinion. If this thing can get off the ground, if this thing can become a thing like Chromecast is,
Right.
this will become like one of the biggest incentives for people to buy games off of Steam in the first place. Because the nice thing about having a console is that you can attach it to your big screen TV and just power it up and play your freaking game. Well, this thing will allow you to basically run the game, click the button on this little thing, and play a game. And you can play it off of Steam, and you can get much better deals from Steam than you can from Xbox or that you can from PlayStation. And you can also there's also going to be the effect with we were talking about pirated games, and we were talking about people who are buying used games.
Mm-hmm.
When people see you playing, a game off of your big screen TV and you have friends over, and they go like, what console are you playing on? And you point to that and you say, you see that thing? That lets me play every single game on my computer on the big screen. Their brains will fucking explode. And they'll be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's going to be a huge marketing thing right there, and I'm fully for this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for the streaming shit for sure. I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, this is actually a pretty sexy little beast.
Yeah, because imagine like the thing that always kind of annoys me with playing on a computer game is that like I'm sitting here in my chair, kind of like hunched over with the keyboard and the mouse. Imagine if you're okay with playing with a controller, imagine just being able to sit on the fucking couch or in a lazy boy and play the exact same game on a TV that's 3 times the size of the one that you have at your computer.
Oh, and of note, the requirements on the PC that you're streaming from is not that big. You only need a dual-core CPU, a Radeon HD 5000, or NVIDIA GTX 5800.
Which are cheap.
Or not
they're cheap
5800,
cards. They're the lower tier cards.
580, not
Yeah.
5800.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
those are not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's ultra low latency, it's lag free, and it outputs to, full 1080p. So any game, and of course the great thing about it is because it's your computer handling the processing instead of an Xbox, instead of a PlayStation, the video quality is still going to be there. It's still going to have all the quality of a PC game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading the comments on this article, and people are poo-pooing it, not really paying attention to the potential and the specs and whatnot, just poo-pooing the idea itself. And I think that, the reason devices like the Ouya failed is because, it was kind of a, I don't know, it was a nifty little thing for what it was, but I don't think it really.
I think this may end up like the whole fail/success of this.
Yeah.
May actually end up resting on the UI.
Yeah.
The UI, the controller, this keyboard mouse combo. I really like the keyboard mouse
Ease of
combo.
use for
It's
sure.
really fun. Yeah, if you can make that thing so fucking easy to use, where you just turn it on and press 2 buttons to be able to stream it from your computer, I guarantee the number of people is going to go up.
Yeah.
Like this is going to start as a niche thing, and then it's going to grow. And I don't think it'll ever overtake Xbox or PlayStation.
Right.
But it'll definitely be a boost to PC gaming. No
And
doubt.
here's my thing, this device can also stream video and whatnot, and so that puts it in direct competition with the Roku, except it does way more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
it's an Android on top of it. It's a powerful Android device on top of it.
Right, and
Not
you
all
can
those
play stuff off of Google Play, which is
Right.
great because that opens up a whole new market. Plus, this is what I am looking forward to, and I don't know if this is plausible, or it's plausible, but I don't know if they planned on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it will let you play multiplayer games, like with multiple people in the house playing the same game. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah. Right.
Because
right.
right now, if I open up Portal 2 on my computer, it's only me. It's only me and maybe someone else on the internet. However, with this thing, if they do this right, I could turn on this device, pull up Portal 2, and hand a controller to my friend, and we can both play the co-op.
They would have to have their own Steam account, their own.
Grant, I mean, this is extra programming that will have to go. This is going to be on the game side.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
right.
And plus, this is going to be an incentive for people on Google Play, people who are app developers, people who are game designers for Google Play, to go out and actually start putting out some real heavy content. Because now you're going to have a device that can handle it. Because before it was, you have your cell phone, and there's a couple people who are making controllers that kind of plug into your cell phone, and you would just sit there with the cell phone laying across the controller type of deal.
Right.
But this thing is kind of like the next level.
Yeah.
And I'm totally looking forward to this. I know everything I'm saying is ending with this is awesome. We need it, but
Sure.
that's definitely my opinion.
It's
Oh
neat.
yeah, and it
has
is neat.
potential.
Yeah. And like what I was saying though is the price point, it's a better value for similarly priced devices that do one thing that this device can do. You know what I mean?
If you're spending $100 on a single video game, which
Yeah.
if you buy the video game and then you buy the expansion packs,
Right.
the expansion packs, you're almost always paying up to $100. I mean, most video games are about $50 unless you get it off of Steam or you get it on a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the expansion packs are the same. So yeah.
Yeah, hey, me too, Mickey. Shrugged in the chat. I just hooked my computer directly up to my TV, but there's a lot of plebs out there to explore.
My TV or my computer is on a different floor, and I don't have a 100-foot HDMI cable.
right.
Plus Bluetooth doesn't go that far.
Now, see, my computer is plugged into my TV, but that's just because everything's in the same room. So.
Mm.
Yes. Well, you're also a whore, so.
Yeah, I say thanks for money. But yeah, and so yeah, I mean the price point's good.
Yeah, fucking Wayne's in the chat and he got called Deathstroke.
Yeah, I saw that. He's like that Phil when you get confused with the wrong assassin. And it's in his name, Deadpool. It's like not Deathstroke. I was gonna say get Wayne in here if he wants to.
Yeah, I sent him the invite, but I don't know. It's on him now. It's on Skype, buddy. Or it's in Skype. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, or?
No, we're gonna beat this dead horse until it's a fucking bloody pulp.
All right, well, let's move on to the PlayStation now. Subscription costs, because I already have that article pulled up. So.
Okay. Yeah, $20 a month, or 3 months for $45. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't there a lot of debate on some of the PlayStation? Because wasn't you still had to pay for certain things?
There are some games that you can only get by renting them individually. Yeah. So I guess it's going to depend on what your $20 gets you. But I mean, if you've got access to the 100 or the majority of the 100 currently available PS3 titles, and PS2 and whatever as they add that shit, then $20 isn't too bad. Because if you consider like comparable services like GameFly or whatever, you can get 3 games out of is it at a time or per month? Well, it usually ends up amounting to about 3 to 6 games per month just to deliver. That's $20 a month.
Right. Yeah, and I honestly think I've seen this service type all across the entertainment industry. If you have an Android phone, then the Google Music has the exact same offer.
Exactly.
For $10 a month, it's unlimited in streaming of it's a much bigger number. It's like 1 million different songs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's essentially the same thing. I think the service is going to go well, especially if they can get more than 100 games. If they can get in the thousands or even tens of thousand games, right?
And this is the kind of thing they've been wanting to do for all along anyway. Plus, I skipped console generations completely. I've been PC only since PlayStation 2. So if I was going to get a PlayStation 4, this would be a very attractive thing for me because I didn't play a lot of PlayStation 3.
And you wouldn't even need to. I think there are other Sony devices that will be able to stream these.
Right.
Yeah, like the Sony TV thing, which or whatever, the PSP TV, whatever the hell it's called. It looked really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, right here it says at the bottom of the article it says at the time of a rental, Final Fantasy 13-2 cost $4. For 4 hours it was $5. For 7 days it was $8. 30 days it was $15, and 90 days $30.
Right. And I've used I was in the beta when it rolled out, and I can tell you, if you've got a solid connection, you will not be able to tell the difference between playing it natively on your console.
Just like on live, if you had a good connection, was pretty damn good.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, let's be clear. Any game that you play, they preload all the levels and such to the RAM of the computer.
Well, actually, in the case of OnLive.
For online, in most games, there may be points where the hard drive will upload or the disk will upload to the RAM as you play, but the game itself is played off of the RAM.
Now on this though, it's literally just video streaming. Like you're connecting to their servers, running a bunch of PS3s, and it's outputting video that you can control.
Or actually, it's more like it's actually servers running like a virtual PS3 environment.
Right. John, this is the end result of them purchasing Gaikai.
Yeah. This is what they've been planning all along,
and it works extremely well. I was able to play one of the Ratchet and Clank games. No, I had the Sly Cooper game, and I picked it specifically because I'd played the disc, and it was indistinguishable.
Well, let me point something out here.
Sure.
If what you're saying is correct, and the games are actually played off of a cloud, they would be very, very smart, and I mean fucking genius, if they were to go and talk to. I can't believe I closed the tab, but the Razer, if they were to get up with Razer and say, listen, we're going to offer this service where you can basically but where you can basically play these games off of a cloud. If they hooked up with Razer and this Forge TV thing,
Sony already has their own thing that's like that though.
Yeah, they've got the PlayStation or the Vita TV.
That's what it is. I was trying to think of the name. It's the Vita TV. They already got that. You can stream it.
It's just a PlayStation TV.
PlayStation TV.
Yeah, like all you need is but all you need is a DS4. But all you need is a DS4, and you can play PlayStation games off of just your TV.
Right.
So what was the price of that then?
$99 for just the unit. If you want it with a DualShock 3 controller, I think it's what is it, $129, $139?
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's literally the exact same price range as the Forge TV.
And it's not that and it's like, and as far as size goes, I don't know if anybody's ever seen an Amazon Fire or something like that. It's very, very similar in size. So
it's got a tiny
that
footprint.
also has a potential, especially for the people who are commitment phobic about games.
Yeah.
Or like to play around with it, like the people who don't necessarily play one game a whole lot, where they just jump from game to game to game.
Right.
Like this is perfect for them.
And
we are talking about, just to make sure I'm correct,
the price point.
PlayStation Now, right?
Yeah, the price point being announced at $20 for a month and at $45 for 3.
The only problem I have for that is if you're playing online with the PlayStation 4, you have to have PlayStation Plus already.
Oh, yes, this is the truth. PlayStation still require it.
And so my thing was, I think, my feeling is thinking from a consumer level, why am I paying twice for a service?
Well, I did not.
When you get kind of
require,
and I know it's separate services. I understand that, but at the same time, I think if I'm already a loyal customer, as in I've already paid a year subscription for PlayStation Plus, I should be able to get a discount for.
Yeah, what is the point of PlayStation Plus?
Or have a limited version of it rolled in, right?
At first, last generation PlayStation Plus was there's just you get a couple of free games, and there really wasn't anything practical to it at first. It wasn't until this generation where they're like, all right, we have to have PlayStation Plus now to play online.
Right. But yeah.
So
Xbox Live
now.
Gold.
Oh.
And see, PlayStation Plus still offers that. Like you can get, I mean, depending on the devices you have, it has more or less worth. But as it stands,
if you have a PS3
games, 2 Vita games, and 2 PS3 games.
Yes. If you have, as I say, if you have PS Plus and you have a PS3, a PS4, and a Vita, you're getting 6 games for free every month.
And not free in the sense that you have to pay for the subscription, but yeah, essentially as long as you have that. Right.
You have to continue your subscription to be able to have access.
Right.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. So you are no longer, if you play on PlayStation, you are no longer able to play multiplayer for free.
Just on PS4.
On PS4, you'll play for free, but
what Wayne was saying is like PS Now, if you're playing it on the PlayStation 4, and it'll straight up tell you this when you rent a game, it'll say PS Plus subscription required for online play. So if you're playing it on any other device, you're okay. But if you're playing PS3 games on your PS4, you have to have PS Plus.
See, now, I'm a little bit disappointed that PlayStation or that Sony decided to take that route. But at the same time, I'm betting that money that they got for PS Plus went straight into bribing the makers of Destiny to give them a sole contract for advertising.
But you know, the way I see it, though, is, and I was kind of split on this, but I had been a PlayStation Plus subscriber for a long time, and back before you had to have it online. So for me, it wasn't any big deal because I was already getting those games, and I was enjoying the service as what it was, and I didn't play a whole lot of online anyway. But I can definitely understand where folks are coming from in the sense that, like, now they've gone the Microsoft route, and you have to pay to play online, which is particularly annoying with the PS Now stuff, where like you do have to have the online. And to go back to what he was saying, like the folks who have been subscribing for a while, it would be really nice if Sony would throw us a little bit of a bone there, bring it down to maybe $15 a month instead of the
as
20.
As long as you're trying to attempt that to a loyal customer base, that you're trying to, even in feigning that you're trying to cut them a good deal.
Right.
I mean,
acting in good faith.
Well, it's basically acting in good faith, and it's marketing 101. It's like,
yeah, absolutely.
Essentially, it's like if you're coming out with a product and you have an established customer base, because I know they're trying to appeal PlayStation Now for the PlayStation TV buyer.
Right.
Because that would be a good service to have. It's like, you already got PlayStation TV, and now you can add that on top of that, and you can have all these, what I think it's right now 100 PlayStation 3 games.
Yes.
I'm sure they're going to add to the service as time goes on.
Absolutely.
But they need to have something for that loyal customer base, and in addition to that, that would make these PlayStation Now people is like, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and invest in a PlayStation 4 because it's basically a mini entertainment device.
Right.
Where I have access to a whole lot more things than just what PlayStation TV has.
Yeah.
And then I also have a Blu-ray player and all that good stuff. And plus the 500 gig hard drive, so I can it'll probably help when I want to download actual games.
Right.
It basically become they can make PlayStation TV a lead and PlayStation Now a lead-in for the PS4.
Right.
But this is just me thinking.
That's probably what they're doing. It's friggin' gateway effect. You start slowly. They're doing their own Nintendo thing, maybe slowly introducing people up the steps from like mobile gaming to PlayStation Now, TV stuff, PlayStation Now. Oh well, I'll just go get this PlayStation 4. Oh hey, this shooter game looks kind of cool, even though it's not normally my thing. Oh well, now I'm a quote unquote traditional gamer. I play all the games.
Yeah, and see, Wayne, I was talking earlier, I was saying I was okay with the price point, just because, but my whole thing was I was approaching it from comparison, a standpoint of comparison to similar services. Like, my experience with GameFly living in both New Mexico and Colorado was like, even with the $20 a month, I was, 3 games out at a time, I was only maybe getting 6 games a month at most. And that's if I, turned around and send them back, within a week of getting them. So
I remember I did a free trial for GameFly. And they get you on the fact that it takes a while coming and going.
Right.
So even though you think, oh, this isn't actually a bad deal, then you look at it like, well, I'm not really getting them in a timely manner.
Right. And the biggest caveat I have with PlayStation Now is no matter how much you feel about it, or how if you're comfortable about the price point, is if you don't have a good connection, you're not going to want.
Yeah, if you're potatoing, you're not going to be streaming. Streaming those games down too much.
Absolutely.
And that was kind of the problem. See, that was something that was mentioned at not this year's but last year's CES when they unveiled PlayStation. When they were testing it.
Right.
That was about the problem was lag input.
Right.
And I remember this being reported on, and that was on the floor. Mm-hmm. Right, connection was directly to to the streaming service right there on the floors. It wasn't even off-site.
Now, see, I was telling these guys, I was in on the beta and I was playing games. Of course you want to do it through a wired connection, but I was playing games and it was virtually indistinguishable from actually having the disc in my console.
Well, how many people are in beta though?
I don't know.
That's the questions you have to ask.
They were giving the betas out just like candy, and there was this guy on Twitter who was just handing them. He had 20, and his coworkers had 20. You know what I mean? So I don't know them. Yeah, I don't know the numbers.
Well, it's kind of like to use.
But it's been in open beta for a while.
I know this is a different story, but I compare it to World of Warcraft when they did their Mr. Pandaria beta, and they had to deal with over 2 million beta signups. Mm-hmm. And what it was because they signed up with the yearly pass,
right?
And the yearly pass, of course, included Diablo 3 and access to the Mr. Pandaria beta. Unfortunately, there's no service that can deal with 2 million people on day one.
Right.
I just realized, guys.
Well, and here's the thing.
I just realized this, guys.
What's up?
We probably missed the most important fact about this. Something PlayStation has launched is actually going to leave beta.
Right. Well, I was going to say, though, it's been in open beta, so everybody who has a PS4 has been able to use it for a while. I don't know if they rolled out the PS3 beta as well. I know they did for one of the Sony TVs. So it's been accessible, to a wider user base for a while now.
Well, as of January 13th, it'll be live. So
yeah, and it's been working good for me. The only times I ever had a problem was when I tried to do it wirelessly, and even then it wasn't really unplayable. It was just I would not recommend it, but
I guess what I'm trying to say is don't try to play fighting games on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because you're going to have latency there.
But see, and that's the thing, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is on there, and I kind of want to try it. Just for
shits and giggles?
Yeah, just to see how it holds up.
Just to cringe as a fighting game fan?
But you're right, Wayne. It's ultimately going to be, once it goes live and everybody on Vita, PS3, the Sony TVs, and PS4 can access it, it is a question of how well it's going to hold up.
How many RPGs I'd play on that motherfucker?
Yeah.
I would. If I had a little more steady income and a PS4, I would probably invest in it because it's not a bad deal. I just, price point. I wish it was a little bit better, but it's like you said, you have access to 100 games right off the bat, and Sony. I will give them 100% credit on this. When they launched PlayStation Plus and the games, free games per month, has been 100% on the ball with it. They haven't. I applaud their. I mean, they always say, what is it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Right.
After 2 years, Microsoft finally woke up and said, "Oh, we need to do this too."
Right.
Because
And didn't they finally take Netflix from behind the paywall and all that too?
Yeah.
they
did.
With
That's
the Xbox
they
One,
never did.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, they
Xbox
finally
One, they
did.
finally took it from outside the paywall because it was kind of ridiculous to have it in the paywall.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
old bullshit.
And that was my problem. Like, people would go, yeah, man, when you get your Xbox Live, you get Netflix and all this. And I'm like, no, you're still paying for your Netflix subscription, and now you're paying Microsoft to access it on the 360. It's
I
not
have
going through
Netflix
their
already.
servers.
What the fuck?
And it's not going through their servers. I mean, Microsoft did nothing that added any value to it. Like,
The one thing that they did have, and I think y'all can correct me, I think they later on took it away, was where you could have group watch.
Yeah, they took
did
that
have
away. They
that
took
for
it
a little
out.
bit.
See,
yeah,
I thought
anybody
that
who
was,
had Xbox Live could watch a movie, I think.
I thought
But
that
no,
was
now everybody had to be subscribing to Netflix. Everybody had to.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
wasn't
aware of
just
that.
like, oh well, you didn't invite me to watch a movie.
But
No,
they
you
took
had
that
to
away
have-
real quick.
You know that was
Yeah.
some studio pressure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was so cool though because I could get together with friends. And see, it's kind of stupid because it doesn't make any sense because you have a Netflix subscription, you have an Xbox Live subscription. So obviously the people you're in a group with, they all have to have that too because you're freaking voice chatting because that's another thing that was required for it.
Right.
So you had all that together. So I don't see the big reason why they had to take it away because I thought it was cool. It's like you didn't have to worry about syncing because everything synced through the service. You didn't have to worry
Right.
about like going 3, 2, 1, go like we do.
Oh, and I did that back in the day, man.
Right, right.
I've
mean,
done that.
Could
Oh,
you
we
stream
still do that. What are you talking about?
But yeah. Ultimately, though, I do agree with you that it would be nice if Sony would throw us a bone, us long-term subscribers,
Speaking of Sony,
for sure.
let's go ahead and move on to the next article. We've been dwelling on
Yeah.
that for a while. PlayStation 4, 18.5 million units worldwide.
Yeah, that was touched a little bit in the last article, about how they're about to be freaking passing up.
May I just say,
PlayStation 2.
called it.
Yeah, last week. Go fuck yourself, John.
I mean, I like PlayStation's
well-
or Sony's indie push.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it. When you offer a superior product, you're going to have superior sales.
Yeah,
Here's the thing,
Wayne.
right? They
You're the man.
what was it? Where is it? Fuck.
10 million people have subscribed to PlayStation Plus.
The 10.9.
10.9.
Almost 11 million.
That's really
But
phenomenal
yeah.
when you think about subscription-based service.
That's
Yeah,
over
But,
half.
okay,
of-
what was it? I think it was in July where they announced that it had hit 10 million units.
Yeah, I believe it was.
June or July.
Yeah, it was somewhere
But yeah,
around.
they announced that it was finally starting to turn profit.
Right.
So that means everything after the month of July was profit for them.
Mhm.
So that means like everything from to the tune of 8.5 million units now is profit to them.
Right.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And what blows my mind with this is where's Microsoft's numbers? We haven't heard shit from them
Yeah.
since.
All I
7
heard
million.
about recently that Microsoft, I don't know about in the year, but in the holiday season, they
Yeah.
sold the
But that was
PS.
300. But that was 300,000 units. And that was in
Yeah.
UK.
But let me caveat this. That was with a $50 discount that they have since rolled back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But I
by
think
the way, that's the most abhorrent thing I've ever heard a console maker ever do.
What?
Have a
back the
$50 take back a price drop. I've never.
No, it wasn't a genuine price drop. It was a holiday season price cut.
It doesn't matter. It was a price drop.
Yeah, and
I worked retail for 10 years.
yeah,
Worked at
consumers
GameStop. And
consumers are going to be
never,
looking at it.
ever rolled back a price drop. It was never let me rephrase that. Never have I seen a console maker roll back a price drop.
Right.
Once it's done, it's done. That's why people were kind of surprised that it even happened.
Right.
So
Yeah, and so what are they back up to?
they're back up to $399.
Okay, without the Kinect.
Without the Kinect,
Without
yes.
Kinect, yeah.
What's it going for with?
I
Is it
think
still
it's
$4.99?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still $499.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and by the way, remember? Oh, we can never take the Kinect away from the Xbox One. It's too
Right.
late.
Oh, yeah,
we can never. You can't just disconnect you
and-
can't just unplug these things.
and
You
now
just
they're
can't plug the
saying-
switch.
they can actually disable that shit and give developers. We talked about this earlier. They can give developers resources back that the Kinect was,
hogging up.
Yeah.
So my thing
Also,
was
SimCity can never be played offline.
Same thing goes for Diablo 3.
Yeah. But considering that, the thing with the Kinect, did they not see that on 360 it was a failed experiment? I cannot fathom with any fiber of my being how they thought the Kinect was a great idea for the new system.
Well, did you hear our previous conversation about the Kinect?
Right. And I think what their thinking was they were going to integrate it in a more.
If you had it right
remember
off the
TV.
bat.
Remember the TV was their thing. TV, and I think it was really more for that than the games. Yeah,
sport. A lot of that had to do with Don Matrick.
And then there's a dog.
A lot of that had to do with Don Matrick, who was running, the Xbox division.
Right.
At the time. He's a freaking moron.
Yeah, Phil Spencer, dude. Props to this guy. He's trying.
Yeah, Phil Spencer is an actual gamer and understands video games, and that's why.
Sort of.
Right.
That's why he's actually, bringing it around.
But right now it's a lot of marketing. It's a lot of bad PR behind the Xbox One. He's trying to. He's literally digging his way out of a hole, and it's gonna take him a while.
The new CEO was he was like, from what I understand, he was a pin stroke away from writing off the Xbox division. So.
Right. Yeah. They were. There was a period of time there where they were actually considering selling it off and just being done with it.
And what if Sega would have bought it?
Dreamcast too.
Microsoft is officially out of the console business, but hey, Sega's back.
So Apple teams
you're gonna get 15 more.
Hold on,
Sega
to buy
you're gonna
Xbox.
get 15 more mediocre Sonic games.
Well, we get them without Sega consoles, so.
Well, the biggest reason why we've had so many mediocre Sonic games is because Yuji Naka has not had any involvement in Sonic games in 15 years.
Yeah, really.
So the last one that I actually have any respect for was Sonic Adventures 2, and I would love for them to go back to that and do.
Well, once again, Yuji Naka was involved in that one.
But I'm saying I would love to see them go back and do an Adventures 3 or Avengers 3. Yeah,
Sonic Adventures. Captain America.
He's one of Sonic's friends.
Yeah, Sonic shows up and just starts
Captain
running.
America's got blue arms.
Oh God! Stop!
Y'all start showing up at GameStops with Mace, so I'm just gonna.
Carrying my Captain
I
America
did it for
shield.
Christian.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you think that since this thing is already turning a profit, that this year at E3 we'll see a price drop for the PS4?
Yep.
Perfect.
It's more than likely.
You think so?
95%.
Because now, you see how companies work is how when you start turning a profit, that's when you start crushing your competition.
$249, you think, huh?
Don't know about that.
Isn't it $299 right now?
It's $399.
It's
Oh, that's what I meant. $349 then.
I say $349.
Yeah,
it might go to. They could. I mean, if they shocked it and went $100 cheaper, that would be.
They're not going to do that yet.
No.
I don't think they'll do that yet.
Or they could pull a Nintendo and say, price drop. We don't have to do that shit. We're selling like gangbusters.
But I think what's more likely to happen is they'll start doing a lot more bundles. Keep it at the same price and then toss that.
That's a great idea. Like throw in a couple two controllers instead of one, same price.
Right.
Put the PlayStation camera in the box with it and shit like that.
Speaking of sidebar, what happened to the day when a console releases and we get a game day?
Yeah, pack in. Yeah.
I mean,
game two controllers.
Yeah. When was the last time that happened? The Wii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
When the Wii launched, it didn't have a pack in.
Well, yeah, it had Wii Sports.
Yeah, Wii Sports. Yeah, you're right.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that they've done the pack-in deal with lately.
No.
They do it now, but it wasn't launched like that.
You're right.
I remember when I bought a Super Nintendo, and the only way to get Super Mario World was to buy the Super Nintendo. You couldn't get it no other way.
Right.
You can get the Glacier White Xbox One with Sunset Overdrive, but that wasn't a launch thing. You can get the Glacier White PS4 with Destiny, but that wasn't a launch thing. You can get
and those are actually higher priced bundles than just the console alone.
Are they?
So, yeah. It's not added value. It's just them saying you get all this in one box instead of having to buy it separately.
Well, how much was the Assassin's Creed bundle?
Shit, I don't know. I wasn't in the market for it, so I didn't really care.
When was it just Assassin's Creed?
It was Assassin's Creed, Unity, and Black Flag, and an Xbox One.
They had a bundle that came with Grand Theft Auto 5 and something else recently. Let me check. Amazon.
Usually they add like $50 to the bundle price.
Right.
It says that it says it's still $4.99 or $3.99.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Top Xbox One Assassin's Creed collection. Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Wait! Didn't that come
So
out
you're
during
getting-
the $50 rollback though?
Right. Well, here's
Probably, but this is in store right now from Best Buy. So
check it out, dude. Here's the PlayStation 4 Black Friday bundle, Grand Theft Auto 5 and The Last of Us Remastered, $471. So it is a bit of a discount.
Yeah, they're offering like 10 to $50 off the title.
Yeah, this is Best Buy like right now. $400, Microsoft Xbox One console Assassin's Creed Unity bundle, and it comes with Black Flag.
Wow.
Apparently, the Battle Buy, and
check this out.
Unity.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, man, that's a good bundle deal, but I was looking at something completely different. Almost made a retard of myself again. Yeah.
The best of us.
It happens to me all the time. But yeah. So these bundles, I mean, it like Wayne was saying, the only way to get Super Mario World for a while there was to buy it with the system, and hell, I remember sending in a card and $3.50 in postage and handling and getting Mario All-Stars. but yeah, like time was, and you would get a game, and now you're getting the system and maybe like a month of their online service.
And that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
Play some
Well,
demos.
that's something else, right? Is Microsoft has been really big this time around about, hey, here, take an Xbox Live membership for a couple of days. Here, take one. And it's like, dude, they're packaging this shit in with Rise, with fucking single-player games. It's like, you realize there's no multiplayer to this. Well, no, actually, Rise did have multiplayer. I just never touched it.
Damn, Scarlett Johansson's got all the ass.
But yeah, like they're packaging these 2-a-days and shit into every game now. Whereas last generation, there were games like, Call of Duty. This one has split screen or whatever the fuck, Yeah, it's like, hey, a buddy of mine can play as long as he has fucking. I don't want him to have to use my guest profile because fucking I'll have to hear people talking through my damn TV, and I was never big on that. So like, all right, well, you sign into your profile. Like, oh man, but I'm silver. And you spend that fucking pain in the ass task of cracking open every game case you have to try to find a code that you haven't blown through already. Whereas now, I have 5 of them. Just sitting in a drawer. Like, all right.
But
let me say something though before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
In light of the fact that PS4 is outpacing the PlayStation 2 in sales, I need to withdraw one of the comments I made last week, wherein I said I don't get, like, I feel like the PlayStation 4 was a bad choice and the Xbox One it was a bad choice to release these consoles without something to attract us to them, because apparently there's something I missed in the memos when these consoles were released, because people are in fact buying them at the rate that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody wants the game, and it's still there's still the people out there who just do not want to fuck with computer gaming.
I don't know. I'm very content with my Xbox 360. I may at some point in the next year or so upgrade to Xbox One. Whenever the next Call of Duty comes out, I think it's going to determine whether or not where the next Call of Duty comes out.
Right.
If it comes out,
it'll be Treyarch, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it'll be Black Ops 3.
So I'm going to buy that. And if Xbox One is the only, if it's not available for Xbox 360, then fuck it, I'm going to buy the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I may, just for that and for other
So Call of
games.
Duty would be a console pusher for you.
It would. There are certain games that will always be console pushers. I mean, was it Xbox? What game came out for Xbox 360 that didn't come out for Xbox One? It was or that didn't come out for the original Xbox. Like there will always be certain console pushers. I believe Halo was one. I think
Gears of War was actually a pretty decent console pusher for the 360.
It was for a lot of people.
Yeah, Halo. I think Call of Duty actually ended up being a console pusher for a lot of people too.
Yeah, because it was Modern Warfare 1. Like whenever that came out, I know a lot of people who that was their first forte into a Call of Duty game, like myself. and that was totally outside of my realm of what I thought of first-person shooters, because I went from playing Halo and Gears, where you had an amount of damage you could take before you died, to playing Call of Duty. You're dead. What? How are you supposed to? I remember getting so.
Oh yeah, it's a totally different style of fighting. It's not aerial warfare. You don't like jump around like crazy.
Yeah, I remember playing it though, getting so pissed off and being so confused and not understanding it.
Did they make Counter-Strike Go for Xbox?
No. Oh wait, you know what? They may, but it's under the arcade flag, so that'd be for 360. It wouldn't be for Xbox One.
Oh, fucking Counter-Strike.
You are right though. There's a huge difference in the playset. Like with Halo, if you are dead on with your aim, you can just troll right through the middle of a field. And as long as you aim better than the other person, it seems to me like you're generally going to win. Whereas if you play Call of Duty, if your aim's not that great, but you're really good with your tactics.
And all that, it's very spray and pray mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of people like to use submachine guns. Like they'll pick the fastest fire rate weapon, and that'll be their gun. Like I remember what was it? In Modern Warfare 1, it was the P90. And Black Ops 1, I think it was the AK-47U.
The AK-47U and the Scorpion was also a big seller because of its damage output.
Yeah, but like a lot of people prefer to use the submachine guns because you keep your mobility.
Mm-hmm.
So
in other words, the set of tactics, and it's not just spray and pray, but like the set of tactics that are used in Halo are completely different than the set of tactics used in Call of Duty.
Speaking of which, doesn't you, myself, and Remy all have to go and kick each other's ass in some calls sometime, don't we?
Yeah. I'm still waiting for you to accept my friend request on Xbox.
Shots fired!
She's not here? Oh, Remy's such a terrible person. He probably sucks at Xbox. That might be why she's not accepting my friend request. I'm just theorizing here. All right, let's move on.
I would accept an Xbox friend request. Unfortunately, my 360 hasn't been on in over 2 years.
Oh, gee, cobwebs.
In fact, I did turn it on like the other week, and I think I'm like 5 updates behind. So.
All right, let's move on to the upcoming games for January. No, there are some in here that are from February, but that's just the way the list rolls. It doesn't let you choose direct months, so let's try and keep it in just January.
Okay.
All right, it looks like we got Dying Light coming out June 27th. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about this. This game actually looks pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. In January?
January 27th. Yeah, months. Fuck.
Too many Jane months.
Chronology, how does it work?
Just like magnets.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, I hate this so much.
Oh shit.
Somebody had to say it.
No, they didn't. They could have just let that go. But
no. Absolutely not. That's not how it works.
Yeah, January 27th, we got Dying Light. I don't know. Have you guys seen anything about this?
I've heard just about it. Really making sure I'm thinking of the right game right now.
The closest thing I can,
horror.
Yeah, the closest thing I can give to it is it's like Dead Island, but better. Like, I don't know, everything I've seen on this game just makes me excited to play it. Got a lot of parkour.
Dying Light's a zombie apocalypse themed game set in an open world. Players traverse an expansive urban environment overrun by a vicious outbreak, scavenging the world for supplies and crafting weapons to defend against the growing infected population. It has a heavy focus on free-running mechanics, so you're going to be like doing hardcore parkour and shit.
Yes, and at night, fucking the zombies get all angry and riled up and pissed off. So.
Made by a Polish developer, so if you want to support some Poles.
Yeah, we owe them for that whole,
how many Poles does it take to freaking develop a game?
Oh God! Stop!
Yeah, because that Polish companion that's going to listen to your show is. On
a fun note, the same day Dying Light comes out, all the PC Master Race players finally get their hands on something. Any guesses?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes, same day.
Although there has been rumors going around that it might get pushed back again.
It's possible.
Oh, yeah?
It's a placeholder. It really
know
is.
what
It's
would
at the end of
be-
the month, so it's.
You know what is also that same day, which I may actually be more excited for than the freaking Grand Theft Auto 5 release?
No, because I'm not looking at the list.
Remastered.
What was that?
What's that?
Grim Fandango Remastered.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Back when
Oh.
Tim Schafer knew how to make video games.
Yeah, right?
And he knew how to make them and complete them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's some harsh fucking...
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Schafer is an anagram for Mr. Shitface.
Never forget.
Shit.
Not just
All
an
right.
anagram, but a poster boy for... Yeah.
All right. We also got Get Out of Hell, the expansion for Saints Row 4 coming out.
I'll buy it on sale for $5, but I sure as hell ain't spending 20 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out
I'm actually
January
more
20th.
excited about the PS4 version of Saints Row 4.
I got to
Yeah,
say,
reelected.
What's
I got to
that?
say, especially for the PC,
Yeah.
especially
Wayne?
for the PC, putting Gat Out of Hell on the same day that Grand Theft Auto 5 might be coming out is bold as fuck.
Oh no! It's actually 7 days before. So
Oh, okay.
this is January 20th.
Okay, but still,
Okay,
Get Out of Hell.
so they'll play Gat Out of Hell, beat that well within a day or two, and then be like, okay, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, and then you got the PS4 re-release of Saints Row 4 coming out the same day as the Get Out of Hell expansion. So
Wonder
I
if
can only
that's gonna-
imagine that that's going to include the DLC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if that's gonna be like the Game of the Century edition, which has everything.
It seems like it because it's called the Re-elected edition. So
Yes,
Yeah, it
it
must be.
does. It says right here, Saints Row 4 Re-elected gives player the entire Saints Row 4 experience, meaning all the DLC the previously, plus it includes the standalone expansion Gat Out of Hell.
all right, cool.
So you
we
get it
also-
all, baby.
Hell yeah. We also got let's see here, it's Raven's Cry. Never heard anything about this. It's coming to
Alright.
everything.
Let me look at that one.
Well, everything besides Xbox One apparently. It's coming out January 28th.
I have not heard of this. There is, I know some people are looking forward to the Resident Evil HD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah, is it finally coming? Yeah, yeah. The GameCube.
Yeah, it's the GameCube port.
release.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already interested. Raven's Cry is a dark action-adventure role-playing video game. You're fucking pirates. It's a pirate
Nice.
role-playing. It's a pirate role-playing game.
Yeah. I
Pirate
play that every
action
time I
adventure role-playing.
visit Pirate Bay. Oh, wait, did I
then we
say
got,
that?
The
what is
developer is
Citizens-
Reality Pump. What have they
what
made?
is Citizens of Earth?
Huh?
Fucking Polish. What's with all these Polish people making video games now?
You say that like they shouldn't be.
You
Well, they were
say that,
just-
hold on, Josh. You say that like CD Projekt Red.
Well, they're like good. They make good games.
No.
No, go look at the people making this Raven's Cry game. They've made Two Worlds, freaking World War III Black Gold.
Yeah, I'd have.
160.
That'd be why I haven't heard of Raven's Cry. It's because Two Worlds wasn't worth Two Worlds. I remember playing Fantasy Star Universe whenever that game announced, and everybody was running around because everyone, it's Fantasy Star Universe. You get to pay $10 to play it a month, but you can get around having to pay for Xbox Live Gold. You can be silver and still play the game.
Huh.
Well, as soon as Two Worlds was announced, everyone had it in their head that that was going to be the new PSU. Everyone was going to transfer to that, and it was just going to be this MMO thing, and it was just really fucking cool and all this shit. The game comes out, no. None of the above. Fucking... It was funny, too. The night before release, everybody's running around just spamming the Two Worlds and shit like that. Like, consistently. Just hit... Like, they had it all locked to an F key, and they were just running around spamming it.
Sounds not fun.
Oh, it's not. And it's one of the things where if you ever played the demo of Phantasy Star on the 360, you could. It was this thing, right? You go to the 4th floor, and it was always referred to as the Porn Emporium. Because as soon as you go there, everybody was selling pictures of my sleeping sister for 200,000 gold.
Oh my god.
It's like, what the fuck
people.
is wrong with you people? First off, why are you sleeping in the same room that close to your sister who is apparently naked? What the hell is wrong with you? Because if you're doing this on an Xbox Live Cam, that cord is not long. You're not taking that to another room, hitting the controller, running back, and making sure you got it in the frame.
That's not the only cord that's not long. All right.
Yeah, quit talking about my dick, okay?
Look, you keep waving in front of trains. What do you expect to happen?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's just the kind of shit you would see on there,
Yeah.
and I'm guilty of it too. I would sit there and I'd sell fucking porn, like, because every 3 months they would roll back the characters and everything, so you could hit level 20, have an outfit that you really like that costed a fuck ton of money, and getting money in the beta was a bitch. So what you do is you'd sit on the 4th floor, print off some porn pictures, come back to your Xbox, take pictures of them, and sell them to people for fucking $1,000 a piece, and people would fucking buy them from you because you were legit. Yeah, not like all these other fuckers who were going to scam you out of money. You were legit. So you'd sit there and you'd fucking make it all kinds of money, and then fucking all your friends would get online, and you're level 1 where level fucking 15 closed, and they're all like, how? The only problem with that is a lot of people would fucking send you their card, and then they would never shut the fuck up. Like, hey, man, you sell new shit today? It's like they're fucking crack fiends, man. Like, you know you have a computer. I can give you the website to find these things. Like, it's not difficult. Holy fuck. Alright, but yeah, what else is coming out this month?
There is a little friggin' interactive drama episodic thing coming out called Life is Strange that I'm a little bit interested in just because, I don't know, I like those kinds of games.
No, you're not allowed to like those kind of games.
Your cred has been,
it's
gone.
It's storytelling through
video. You're lucky you're really good with computers, Josh, because I'm not seeing much reason to keep you around anymore.
The feeling's mutual.
He's like, all right, let's see if I teach you how to do overlays in your fucking ass.
I was like,
support
right,
denied.
Don't lose one. See, you got 1, 2. I guess you could count me 1, 2, 3, 4 radio voices in here. Don't lose one because you might need it.
Yeah, my radio voice. This is my radio voice, guys. I've been holding it back. I sound like Harvey Firestone.
Oh, wow.
Firestone.
All right, what
Anyway.
about Citizens of Earth?
Oh, it was working. I was playing Super Mario Brothers 3 in there.
Yes, you were.
Oh, nice.
What about Citizens of Earth? What is this game?
Fucking Citizens of Earth.
I'm going to do that again.
Citizens of Earth is an RPG that takes place in the shoes of the Vice President of the world. He's a classic bureaucrat, charming, charismatic, and particularly useless.
Atlas game. I'm automatically interested.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this.
Oh, man. Yeah, January 20th for this.
It's an RPG. You know what? Looking at the screenshots and kind of some of what I'm seeing, it almost kind of like has an Earthboundy feel to it.
Nice.
Just from looking at some of this shit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what exactly comes of it and everything. But yeah,
apparently
Atlas,
it was a Kickstarter.
But if Atlas is publishing it, how is it a Kickstarter?
A lot of big pubs now are starting to do Kickstarters. It's a way to gauge interest. And
it's fucking Earthbound.
and it's A, to gauge interest, and B, to kind of have some of their production costs shored up so they don't have to depend on a publisher to get it made.
Right.
Yeah.
And that that's kind of, and that goes to other issues in the gaming industry that hopefully will be addressed. I mean, it is what it is. That's why there was probably a Kickstarter on that. Hell, I heard that. I actually heard rumors going around that Capcom wants to start a Kickstarter for one of its proproperties. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
They need to start a Kickstarter for their fucking company.
Yeah, for real. Like they are in such dire.
Well, guys, that's why Street Fighter V is exclusive to the PS4,
right?
And PC. It's coming out on PC too.
Yeah. But Sony is funding it.
Yeah, that's great, and I think it's kind of nice. Like they could have said PlayStation 4 only, I am sure, or PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. But I think as an extra kick at Microsoft, they're like, yeah, fuck it, PC too.
Yeah, and also, well, the thing is, I think they're noticing that there is a Steam community on Ultra, so it might, it's like, well, we
can get Ultra, so y'all can whip my ass in it.
Yeah, but it's a good, they're saying that there's some tap potential because a lot of people have PCs that can play video games, so.
Okay, everybody stop talking. I'm playing Super Mario 3, and
Okay, look, Bob Chipman, you don't need to get in here.
Oh, God.
Oh, I've got smaller tits than Bob.
Right,
at least, I don't think you would not skip your grandma's funeral to play Super Mario 3.
We also got H1Z1. The early access will be out for PC January.
It sounds like a
15th.
virus.
Right?
I think, yeah.
It's zombie AIDS.
DayZ, but it's DayZ, but a good game.
DayZ, but more dunner.
Yeah.
I never understood like selling an early access game for like $50. It just
Wow, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I think
people do this shit all the time.
Yeah, DayZ is basically early access, and they're selling the game now.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can.
And mind you now, the lead designer of DayZ has not only said that was a flawed project from the beginning, it was never meant to be a full game.
Oh yeah.
He just never really thought of it as a full game.
Yeah, it was.
He's now
DayZ
since walked away from the project.
Mod of Warzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warzy. It was a mod of Arma 2.
Yeah, that's right. Arma 2. Yeah, that's right.
Warzy was the ripoff of DayZ.
Yeah.
And they since renamed it because of the horrible shit that was going on around it.
Yeah.
For more information, look up Total Biscuits, the Born Z.
So basically, people really want to make the concept of this DayZ style game, but nobody wants to complete it and make a good one yet.
This H1Z1 looks promising from everything that I've seen, but this is all developer trailers and shit, so it's.
I will say I was watching a stream of some Twitch players, and I think now they've moved to Hitbox now because of problems with Twitch.
Yeah.
But they were playing DayZ when it first came out and running around. You know, like one guy says, "So where you guys at?" "Well, I'm over here." "Where is here?" "Everything's in Russian."
Yeah, actually, we do a lot of that same shit when the first time I was playing.
Yeah.
But I had to cut all that shit out because it would have been a 4-hour-long video of us running along the coast trying to find each other.
Yeah. Here's
Marco.
the funny thing. Like one of those issues that just happens in a game, a game like that, I will give them credit for like these things happening. So they're running along and they're, like they finally found each other and they kind of group up. And then they run into another friend of theirs who just happened to be playing. And they say, "Where are you at?" And he's like, "Well, I'm over here." Well, between here and there, he ended up getting shot. And so here he is. All he's doing is rolling to them because. So he's just like rolling like like a log towards them. He's like, "I'm coming, guys. I'm coming."
Man.
So wait a minute.
He said, "Do you just want to just kill you so you can start over?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Put me out of my misery.
Okay, so Way of the Samurai 4. Tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't that just a port of a PlayStation 3 game?
I guess that sounds like an older title.
Yeah,
I believe so.
In fact, I just pulled up Wikipedia because this is all they're good for anymore, and it came out on August 21st of 2012 in North America. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So it's a couple-year-old PC.
Yeah, so it's coming out.
Yeah.
I noticed
PlayStation 3 and Microsoft Windows.
Yeah.
I noticed PC is getting a lot of of the Dynasty Warriors type games last year or so.
Well, yeah,
PC's been getting a lot of shit. Like we're getting sports games, we're getting fighting games, we're getting all sorts of shit. Like people are taking fucking PC gaming seriously again. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know that. I think they were supposed to have a release. I don't know when. I'd have to look it up. But they're supposed to do a release of like the WWE 2K15 on PC. And I was like, well, the modding community will just go crazy for that because
all the Benoits.
Oh God. You want a picture perfect Benoit?
Oh shit. But yeah, this game apparently is more like I don't know. The closest comparison I can make is like an Onimusha type, but not really. It's a good game. From what I remember playing 3 or 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, guys. Just a little caveat here. I'm watching. We watched the Panthers and Seahawks play, and they were showing the part where the Seahawks were running on the field, and Cam Newton was standing out like he had this look on his face like I give 0 fucks. The look on his face is like, okay, let's do this.
Oh I overwrote my save.
We also got the book of the book of Unwritten Tales 2. Now this doesn't have a scheduled date, so the same thing with Way of the Samurai. So this could really be pushed.
What is the Book of Unwritten Tales?
I haven't heard of this one.
Legend
is it Tales fan fiction?
Hold on. Legend foretold it. Prophecies predicted it. Chosen ones choose to believe in it. Now the fantasy spoof adventure saga continues in this point-and-click adventure sequel.
Continues from what?
I don't know. I've never heard of it. I don't know. This.
I'm actually
From
Looking
what?
forward to Trivia Pursuit Live.
I've got nothing on this one. I'll be honest. This one's totally.
It's like one of those like Sherlock Holmes, just point and click thing games.
Probably
Like,
one of those
it's a
hidden
continuation,
object
it is.
games.
Has anybody heard of this Blackguards game? Apparently, Blackguards 2 is coming out in January. It's an RPG, and I'm automatically interested.
Ah,
Is it shit tier?
yeah, I had never heard of it. I've never heard of it. But
I've never heard of it either.
Buy a Tell Your Aisha. Aisha?
They got a another
There's a game
JRPG
for
coming to the Vita in January.
Yeah, that one that I just said. I'm
What was it called?
Were you trying to pronounce that? Is that what
to
you
Tell Your Aisha.
All the creepy anime bullshit.
Yeah. Well, aren't most of them?
But hey, how about that SpongeBob Hero Pants? Oh wait a minute, shit, that's February. Never mind.
Wait, what?
We gotta wait till February for the hype ass Hero Pants.
SpongeBob Hero Pants. That's.
I'm gonna go kill myself now because this world is one I do not want to live in. Oh, fuck.
Does anybody care about Motorcycle Club for PlayStation 4?
No. Now we're definitely running on the low end of.
Shit, this is the
what
shit.
the hell?
Yeah, I mean it's January. There's, I mean Grim Fandango is pretty much the only one I'm really.
Oh shit,
excited
guys!
about.
I want to play
Trivial
Grand Theft Auto
Pursuit
5.
Live.
What's up?
Trivial Pursuit Live.
Yeah, actually, dude,
I'd play it with people.
Yeah,
It's a saying.
yeah, me too.
Have fun.
I mean, I'm trivia oriented. I don't mind.
And I'm a very trivial person, so yeah, let's bring it on, baby. Right in my wheelhouse. But yeah, I actually enjoy those board game things.
What's Disorder?
Disorder?
Yeah.
You know they have that, but then you could just get.
It's the sequel to Dat Order.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's okay. Hold on. You may think it's simple enough to run and jump your way through life, but there's more. There's more to this world, or rather, these worlds. You're entering the duality of a distressed mind, controlling
What the fuck
light
is this,
and dark
Twilight
energies
Zone?
of the
Sounds
same
dangerous as fuck.
environment. You hold a key to switching from one to the other. Every step forward shows a new obstacle.
You're
Every
entering
new
the
way
scary
has to be
door.
altered. Between light and dark, becoming comfortable in both worlds. I don't know. It seems interesting.
I'm gonna break the rules a little bit and say friggin' February. I'm pretty sure this one's coming out. I'm so looking forward to Total War Attila.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that you would.
If we're gonna break into February, I gotta say I'm looking forward to Evolve.
Yeah, that game looks
Yeah.
interesting.
It does, doesn't it? What little I know, it's by the Left 4 Dead folks. So
Turtle Rock, yes.
yeah,
It looks great.
Turtle Rock. Did they name their studio after that Zelda thing?
No.
Turtle Rock and Zelda 3?
No.
Yeah. Or do they
They-
just like rocking out with fucking turtles?
Hell yeah, man.
Well,
we don't know.
They named it after the Ninja Turtles coming
exactly.
out of the store.
Hey, look, if you go to the studio, what you don't realize is that they're all actually Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. Ninja Turtle, get your hands off me.
This was released earlier, back on the 2nd, but if anybody with a Wii U, have they tried out Captain Toad Treasure Tracker?
I want
No,
that
I
game.
have not.
If I had the $40 for it, I would own it now. I love those sequences in Super Mario 3D World. They were real fun, and this is basically an expanded,
Yeah, it's like a
an
whole
expansion of the
game
concept.
of that.
yeah. With the concept's been expanded
3D
upon.
World, so
Yeah, it's good.
I'll go play it.
Yeah,
That's good fun.
but the Toad Captain Toad levels, there's like maybe 3 or 4 in the game. I mean, just nowhere near the amount there should be, and they're really fun and addictive. And yeah, if I had the $40, I would own that.
I will say one other thing about Dying Light.
No.
It's got a voice actor that has been in so much shit this past couple of years. Fucking
Oh,
Troy
is it
Baker
Nolan
is going-
North? Oh, it's
No,
Troy Baker.
Baker is going to be the lead, character.
Yeah, we had a 50-50 chance.
But he was also with Pagan Men in fucking.
Was he the guy that did the
Oh, yeah,
Joker in Arkham? What's it called?
Origins.
Yeah.
And he was Pagan Man and Far Cry. He was Joel in The Last of Us. He was the main character in Advanced Warfare. He was. Stop it.
No, stop
Yeah,
it.
that guy, he's legitimately been in fucking everything. And, you know, actually, he's a really good voice actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's quality.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why they're hiring him, I would imagine. You know, let's find the
hope
shittiest
so.
voice actor we can find and put him in everything.
Yeah, let's get Nolan North. That'll be fun, right?
Right. Wait, Nolan North's all right.
No, unless he's doing Deadpool, I don't care.
Really? He did the Penguin.
I don't care. It's not Deadpool.
But he's also, I mean, he also did Nathan Drake.
So, yeah, he
I know,
did.
but again, I don't care. He's not Deadpool.
I would say.
What's with your boner for Deadpool, man?
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna say, if anybody has a boner for Deadpool, it should be me.
Because he did that character so fucking well.
Yeah, he also did Nathan Drake so fucking well. So what's?
I've never played any of
Penguin,
that, so I can't say shit.
There's a movie called Zombievers.
Zombie beavers.
Zombie Beavers.
Yeah, Daryl and myself are actually going to be playing Dying Light together, so we can
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, baby.
talk about that in a little better terms. So we're both playing it, and we both can talk about a modern game instead of like me talking about it and him going, "Well, if you played this, I had to watch a Let's Play on YouTube."
I had to watch you play it, and that fucking sucked. No. Yeah, it looks. I'm gonna. Have
Okay, but I'm assuming PS4, right, Daryl?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, my PC ain't
All
going.
right, somebody out there, figure out how to mod my Xbox One controller to work on a PS4.
There's the adapters you can get on friggin' Amazon and shit, or eBay to like use different controllers on different shit.
But no, this game looks fucking
does
amazing.
anybody find it funny that we make a joke and Josh is like, "Yep, I know."
Yeah.
He's like, well,
There's an app for that.
No, but Dying Light looks amazing.
It really does. Like, I'm really excited for it. It was supposed to come out last year, but they pushed it back, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just watching a guy get shot in the face. And it's not
Nice
like that kind of game.
Well, we know where his fetish is.
So
Yeah,
how about
right,
the
I didn't say
vibe
what
of
was
the
getting shot in the
fucking
face
kid
with.
getting hit by the car?
Oh, that was rough, man. That kid went flying. Both of them. Did you see this video, Wayne?
What's that?
Did you see this video? It was a Vine. This fucking kid getting hit by a car.
Like this mom, car's coming. The video's from the perspective of the car. His mom and a couple of kids are about to be crossing the street, like totally not at a crosswalk. So, shame on you, mom. And double shame on the mom is she didn't even like try to pull her kids back when she saw the car. She was just like, "Oh shit, car!" and backed up, and her fucking kid
What the hell?
knocked.
Yeah, it was brutal, man.
Like the kids, like obviously okay. I mean, the kids got up, they're walking, they're not like they maybe internally whatever, but they're okay for the most part. But oh my god.
Hey, Rye, would you say that the fucking the Dying Light game is like a because these guys did the Dead Island game, right?
No, but Dead Island is the closest similarity.
They actually did do it. They did Dead Island. Yeah.
Is it Deep Silver?
No, it's Techland.
Daryl doing his research.
Yeah, Techland did. And I was just I was gonna say though, would you say that this game is similar in style to Dead Island?
Yeah, for the most part, except it seems like you're going against a lot more people.
Yeah. It seems right. Okay, cool. Well then, I'm on board with that.
Like it seems like it has a lot more interacting with the NPCs than Dead Island did.
Right.
Whereas Dead Island was mainly fetch quests for the NPCs, this seems like you actually have genuine.
Can I say something, man? Sorry, that just gave me flashbacks to last week.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. Well, Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
I'm listening. You're not listening. You're not listening.
Right. I was gonna say though, this is the first show I've been on in a long time where we've actually managed to stay on point, relatively speaking.
Okay. Starting off with Xbox One GPU power and ending up somehow at the Wii. All right.
Yeah, but it's all game stuff. We're not talking about my dick for 30 minutes like we usually do.
There's a comparison to be made. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a natural evolution of the conversation. It's going.
I mean, it's like, the Xbox One has a very powerful GPU, but the Wii U, in contrast, has good games.
That's fired. I will say, out of all the consoles, Wii U has the one with the most exclusives that I'm actually interested in.
The Wii U.
While we're here, though,
Yeah.
I wanted to take this time and ask John if he's still here. John, you still here?
Are you alive? We haven't heard from him in a while.
I'm here.
John.
All right. Would you be willing to come back every week as a permanent guest host?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
So that right there is officially 4 seats filled.
Yeah. 3 because I don't like John. So.
Well, you can go fuck yourself slowly with a cactus.
That was what I was gonna do after the show. So.
That's good. No lube either.
It all lines
Right. Now, the only downside is he has to now drive west to Nevada, get a cactus, and then drive back up north.
No, it's just a
There's a couple
7-hour
plant
drive
shops that have them.
But yeah.
You have to go pick up the cactus and then shove it up your ass.
Have we heard from Remy? Is she?
Are you alive, Remy?
She's been muted the whole time, even whenever she came back.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
She's just here to provide us her moral support and that cool icon.
As I say, by moral support, you mean the cool icon. Oh, shit.
What is that?
It looks
It's
like
a fucking
skunk.
monkey with monkey or a skunk with a gas mask and.
Yeah, see, I was
going
going to say a skunk with a gas thing. It just made more sense to me.
I'm pretty sure it's a monkey.
We're in the last half hour of the show.
Dude, the tail is a monkey tail. It's not a skunk tail.
And that's
It's a
actually
monkey
why I
head.
mentioned that, right? Because we actually made it to 2.5 hours in, and we actually fucking got some shit accomplished.
Yeah. And I didn't
was-
even have to resort to the emergency topic either, so.
Right?
What was
Wait,
the
was it an emergency topic?
Well, right now, we can't really get into it because it's a decent digger, so we're going to have to hold this out until next week, which is fine. I know it would be an emergency topic.
Can
for
we
next week.
tease it?
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Our favorite game franchises, the high points in the franchises, the low points in the franchises, things that we think they could do in the future.
That's easy. The best franchise is Call of Duty. The high points are all of them. The low
That's
points
your
are nothing.
personal thing.
You can
That's what I'm
just shut your
saying.
mouth hole now.
So, that's what I'm saying. This is one of the things we
I'm
all
totally
go through.
not biased at all, you guys. This is a very objective decision. It's an executive. You're very. I
You
thought
take
it after
objective
much
opinion.
forethought.
The low points being Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts, and the high
No, Modern
points
Warfare 3
being-
was actually very well received. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people who really liked it.
Shit, I'm
But
just
yeah.
getting your shit, dude.
Topic
Fuck
for
haters.
next week.
Yeah, that's the topic for next week. We'll hang on to that.
Put it in
Yeah,
your
if
pocket.
if you guys want to hear what our personal fucking favorite franchises are and where we think they could go in the future and what they should probably do in the future, I don't know, tune in next week.
Yeah.
But for
This
now,
week.
we're gonna go ahead and show ourselves and sign out and go play some video. Go ahead, John. Start us off. Where can people find you?
Or you
Wait
can find me on
a minute. Hold on.
Come on.
What are we
Come
doing?
on.
We got a half an hour here. What are we doing?
We're shilling ourselves because we have a lot of people in here with a lot of things to shill.
You think it's gonna take a half hour to shill?
Probably not, but still.
If I
Is he going all? Is he going all Italian gangster on you?
Yeah. No, it's more like
Chris.
Jew.
Think we're gonna spend a half hour on this?
Yeah, we gonna do a half hour on this.
I
Listen,
don't know,
do I
John.
have to
That
break
was a
your
little
fucking
more.
kneecaps?
That was a little more stereotypical Asian than it was.
Yeah.
Asian.
Do we have to go?
Listen, you do not make fun of my accent, okay?
My dry cleaner make very well money.
He made very well money until he crossed me. Then I had to kill him because I'm in a gang,
Oh,
yo.
God.
But
If
anyway.
you are gonna wrap the show up.
Ornery, I'm so ornery.
So ornery,
You're right.
so
if we keep up on
ornery.
this kick for the next half hour.
That's what I figured the next half hour was going to be, was just free time.
Y'all gonna need dispensation from the Pope if you keep on. I mean,
I already do.
Oh, Space Pope.
I don't know. I will say though, apparently, I saw this in a headline. Apparently, the Pope wears like adult diapers.
Why? Why are we talking about this?
So God bless him a lot, but there's certain things that God neglected to bless him with.
like
You can lead, you know,
Like a
like,
working sphincter?
half of the you can lead half the Christians in the world, but you also shit your pants.
bless his incontinent heart.
Hey, somebody should be judged by the merits of their
merits
Diapers.
of their actions and not the clenching of their sphincter.
Or not the fullness of their diaper.
I'm just saying though, how must it feel to like be addressing a nation or like a huge group of people, and all of a sudden you just shit your pants? Like literally. Shit
Well,
your pants.
honestly, I'd have to imagine it feels pretty fucking good. Like,
That's warm. I mean, come on.
I don't know, because like I'm sure at first it's like warm and comforting, but then it like goes cold.
to be honest, I'm sure that's where the term "holy shit" came from.
You went there.
Etymology with.
I'm glad I'm not a Catholic.
So is fire. What are you, Lutheran?
No.
Damn Lutherans.
Damn it. Damn it, Lutherans.
Damn it, Lutherans.
Okay, you guys saying that? I swear to God, all I keep
Decepticons.
hearing is Luther. I'm
What's
like,
that?
I'm waiting for somebody to break into a Key and Peele fucking sketch right now. Because
Hey, it's cool. I will meet you downtown. Oh, you gonna meet me downtown? I see that. I'm gonna be there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there.
And you can talk to me there about what it means to go downtown. Take you to town, boy.
Oh yeah, by the way, Wayne, all week this week. Ha ha! Not even lying, dude.
Ha ha. He's on dolls.
Burgle, plundered, loins.
Loin.
Ha-ha! Loins.
Loins. Everybody get in here.
There was no
Into
baby
your
breath.
loins?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Into?
what's going on anymore, and I'm scared.
Birdman, keep your thoughts to yourself. Ha ha.
It's sexual harassment and I don't have to take it.
Sexual harassment is great. Haha.
Sexual
I'm the
harassment.
alpha male. I'm the alpha male.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I don't know.
I'm the alpha B.
Okay.
So yeah, next week I'll be leading the show off with.
Things happened, and that's
You guys
good.
get that thing I sent you?
Yeah, right. Where do you think you're, Peter Potamus over here? Okay, anyway, let's go on with the show. Because I just derailed it again.
That
Oh,
was
it's
terrible.
fine.
You're a
That's
bad.
like all we're gonna be doing for
or something
a second is,
for-
It's like we got. It's like there's literally what 20 minutes left, and yeah.
Yeah,
all we're gonna be
26.
doing is shilling where people can find us and shit. So
22. I can't count.
Are we going to continue with that, or are we going to formulate a system of punishment for people who derail topics?
well,
My
I tried
life is
telling you
already
guys-
punishment
I
enough.
tried telling you guys, I'm just gonna send you each a shot collar, and every time you go off topic, I'm gonna press the according button.
I think we need to do something a little bit cruel. I think what we need to do.
Look, just for added fun, I'll mislabel all the buttons. So
No, that would be the word. That would be the wrong direction. Sir. I would just have your buddy, your roommate, just go and like reprogram all the buttons so it like redirects back to you.
Yeah.
But what we should do is like every person who derails the topic has to spend like a minute doing karaoke with the
I can do
camera.
What
on.
about karaoke?
Yeah,
That's the part
not
where
a
you come
punishment.
out, right? That's
That
the
is
part.
not a punishment. I'm okay with this.
You have to do karaoke and dance on camera for like a minute.
Okay, what is going on? What are
camera.
If you derail the topic, this is what we're discussing. This is my proposition. If you derail the topic with something unnecessary or trivial or whatever on this podcast and you get called on it, you have to sing and dance a karaoke for like.
I froze.
we have set
You have to
topics?
do it live.
Yeah.
We had some.
You weren't here for half of the
Occasionally.
podcast. You wouldn't know.
Oh god.
I will have you know that I am making delicious sandwiches and delicious soup.
But are the sandwiches going to end up in my tummy?
Yeah.
You
Now,
know
then
where
I don't care.
live.
Email
Start
me sandwiches.
You know where I live.
Fax me soup.
I
don't
was
know where
just
you
praising
live. You
us
have
for
to, like,
how
email
well
me
we
your
managed
address.
to keep this shit together, and
It's
then
all
all
right.
of
I
a
mean,
sudden,
just sandwiches in the refrigerator. Whenever you come out here in February, bring them with you.
See,
Okay, well,
my
do.
personal goal is I'm gonna get like called out 3 times for derailing the subject, and I'm gonna sing opera for all of them, and then after that, no one's gonna ever call on me again. But I'll get to call on everyone else. It'll be great. It'll be like a one-way thing.
Remy, tell me before that idea. I'm going to buy everyone here shot collars, sending you all each a shot collar, and when we're on the show, we're all going to put them on.
Yeah, like we're gonna fucking do that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, can I be in control of the shot collars though? Can I have a little remote?
This whole thing falls apart when you consider the distance between us and the lack of impetus we have for putting on a fucking shot collar.
Really, no.
But
What's
if
gonna
I
happen?
asked you really nicely, would you do it though?
No.
I think
I love you, Remy, but I'm not
gonna
putting on a
happen-
shot collar unless
What's
there's
actually
other
going to
things
happen
involved.
is everyone's going to end up putting the shot collar around their penis, and then they're going to purposely derail it.
I value my testes, thank you.
So it's going to be like, oranges! Oh, I guess you got to shock me again, Remy. Oh, that
You're
hurts.
all
You should do it
horrible
again.
people.
Oh, ow.
So what is the topic? Since is there a topic that we're
Well,
supposed to be
actually,
talking
this is
about?
just
right
kind
now?
of like the free-for-all.
Yeah, we're winding
Finish
down.
the
Wind
before
down.
we show.
By the way, John, I sent you my address, so start driving, dude.
But you're
Uh-oh.
Keep the sandwiches warm.
You're going to end up with a bunch of random pictures of you walking around town in your mailbox.
Oh man. Oh fuck.
But I'm gonna do the shot collar thing. I'm gonna have all the buttons mislabeled. So if Daryl speaks out, it'll actually be John.
Well, Daryl, you better shut the fuck up, or else I'm going to
Yeah,
start singing opera on all you
you've
bitches.
known me for a while now. Do you think this is a possibility, sir? You're
I'm just gonna
fucked.
start muting people. Whoever. That's just gonna turn into everyone muting that like each other. Like you're just gonna have. It's not gonna be whoever speaks out a topic. Someone else is gonna get muted. You're just gonna end up with your own pure personal like mute boy. And every time like you start speaking out of turn, this guy's gonna be like, "No, motherfucker, I don't want to get shot."
It'll be golden. Like there's no way this could ever go wrong. Stop playing with sound effects.
What just
Playing
happened?
with the fucking Google effects.
Okay, this is not an '80s. This is not an '80s radio show, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Or '50s, as it were.
Like a sitcom. Oh god, man.
No, it's fucking.
Wish I was alone. I was petrified.
No, you guys need to have your hand on the button so when I make a bad joke, this happens.
I'm surprised it wasn't John Cena.
I don't know.
Now we're
In the land
section,
before
apparently.
lands. Keep playing that.
You know why I do this? I do this for the money.
Can you keep playing that dramatic sound effect? This is
Oh wait, wrong.
That's the wrong one.
Whoa.
In a land before land, in a podcast before a podcast, comes this day, this time, where six people come to talk about games and gaming culture and other related objects and topics.
Where 6 sticks came together to be an incredible packet.
Okay, I'm bored now.
It's about time, damn.
I know. Hey, but I saved it for the shit
That was good.
posted part, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just itching for that, weren't you? Like, oh,
You know
Not
what we
really.
should do though?
I know it bothers Wayne, so I try not to do it, but
How does it bother me? I was doing that shit last week.
no,
Or the
it
other
True
week.
bothers
story
Wayne.
though, guys. We
Complains
need to come up with an
instant.
advertisement. We need to make like a video advertisement for
Yeah.
this stream, and it needs to include that
No.
sound.
Yeah. No. Does it actually bother you? Because I was just kidding.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
it's like, guys, I hate the stream. I hate you guys. God, why'd I show up?
I don't know why I fucking show up and do this every fucking week.
Yeah, let's go ahead and show ourselves and take off so I'll go play some games.
All right.
All right.
John, go ahead. Start
I
it
guess I'll
off.
start again.
I never
All
stopped.
right, you can
playing
find me
games.
on Twitter. My handle is @YayCapitalism. I'm not going to promise I'm going to talk about anything game related because I just like to fuck around on that account. But you can also find me on Mindless Zombies Studios, where I've written several pieces about Gamergate and gaming culture, and I'm working on a couple more, plus a review of BioShock that's coming up, and a review of the new Call of Duty game.
Yeah, and some of this stuff is actually pretty good too.
I like
It's all
Thank
good.
you.
It's all good. It's all good. So.
Woof.
All right, Josh, where can people find you?
I'm Doc Bray on Twitter. I'm writing and producing video stuff now for Mind the Zombie Studios, as well as trying not to be unbearable.
We have a YouTube now. We have fucking Facebook now. So you should go try to find fucking Mindless Zombie Studios wherever you can. Subscribe, like, comment.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, where can people find you?
You can find me on you. No.
You can find him on the fucking goddamn it.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me mute this so you guys can.
Choo choo.
Okay. Yeah. So you can find me on Twitter at Optimus Deadpool. You can also find us on Thursday nights between 9 and 11 on Hitbox TV/RemyPunks because that's where we do the Dead Gamers Talking podcast. Shill.
Yeah, there's actually a link in the description to Remy's Hitbox account, so make sure you guys go there, follow her channel to make sure you guys get email updates whenever that goes live.
Follow, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell us how much shitlords we are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Daryl is still being bugged by a train, so I guess bypass him for now. And that's the
back.
Okay, go ahead. Yay.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at Twitch TV/CyberXION, CyberZion_101. That's the same as my Twitter dealie, where I'm Dr. Science Wizard, and you can find me here on YouTube under my Red Warrior Plays Games Badly account, where I play games badly, not so surprisingly. I've written some stuff for Mindless Zombie Studios, and we participate in the fucking Sanic Racing video series that's on there right now that you should all watch if you hate yourself and like racism. I kid, it's good stuff.
It's good fun.
Yeah, and I've written a couple articles for Mindless Zombie Studios, and yeah, but right now I'm just kind of wandering aimlessly through life. So watch me do that. Yeah, that's it. That's the show.
And there's links to all his information, his Twitch and all that in the description below.
Oh, shit. I wasted the effort then. It's right there. Yeah, just go look at the description, guys.
Look at the description for all of our shilling, because we're lazy.
Yeah, right?
All right, Remy, go ahead.
Hi, I am Remy Punks. You can find me on Twitter at REMIPUNX. I also am on Hitbox, hitbox.tv/RemyPunks. Thursday nights we have Dead Gamers Talking. You should definitely subscribe so that you get the little email sent to you saying, bloop, we're alive now. I also play a ridiculous amount of 100% orange juice and randomly stream that. And I got the fastest router/modem available for Fios today and hooked that up and hardwired my laptop to it. So I'm going to start streaming WoW in the next few days with no frames dropped. Dun, 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 dun. So tune in for that. I write, I have a blog. I don't know what the link to it is. Crap.
That's bad shilling.
It's on WordPress. Yes, WordPress. Remy Punks. I'm Remy Punks on WordPress. I remembered. It took me a minute. Sorry, I was like, it's not Blogspot. It's the other one. I haven't published anything yet, but it'll be pretty soon.
Coming soon.
And I believe you have a Facebook, although that's pretty dead in the water.
Yes,
as well.
I do. I have a Facebook as well. I
like you. I found you.
It made me super happy. I was like, somebody liked my page. I'm also Remy Punks on Facebook. I'm basically waiting for art to come in as soon as my fabulous artist. I took reference pictures for him yesterday and then fell asleep with makeup on my face. But I don't make up.
Don't let her lie, guys. That's not why the makeup's smeared.
Remy, you should shill him because he is looking for do commissions. So
cool.
Oh, is he? Okay,
yeah.
So I will. Ooh, Shamil, who is.
Do you know what his rate is?
Is my artist.
Shamil,
is amazing. Would it spell it? Because I can't spell it, yo.
At Shamil Bitsuka. I can't really spell it either.
Shamil Bukake?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
will tweet it. I will tweet it. Shamil is amazing. I mean, he's absolutely great. I love I am very particular about the way that my characters are drawn, and he drew one of my Guild War characters, and I was just like, oh my god, and was super, super excited. But yeah, he's good at what he does.
But there was a fair warning.
Yeah, that's my My stuff.
Fair warning about Shamil. He is a super expert Omega level shit poster. And he has a fascination with the Pope and Barack Obama. So
he's a good guy.
Pope posting is a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: Shamil will never have to confess his sins to the Pope. He already knows.
Tell us this on the daily basis.
Shit. And I'm Rotten Rye. You can find me right here on YouTube. You're already on my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you guys enjoyed the show, click the little thumbs up in the corner. Fucking awesome.
Do the subscribes and the thumbs up things and the commenting.
Well, the commenting you've already been doing. The commenting you've already been doing. So
I'm talking for future people.
Yes. For future
no,
people,
we're gonna watch this.
Comments.
Comment. Do it now.
You can also find me on Twitch, Rotten _Rye. I haven't written or published anything to Mindless Zombie other than my podcast, but yeah, I will change that soon.
Expect it.
Once I've managed to finish Dragon Age, I do plan on doing a video review of that, so we got to look out for that.
Liar.
And then at some point, when I figure out how I'm going to go about it, I'm going to review the Xbox One controller, the PS4 controller, and the Wii U gamepad. So keep a lookout for those as well.
And the Patriarchy. Sweet. He's going to review that too, since they have all the control.
And on that sour note, we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys tune in next week for episode 11.
Hey, we got 9 minutes.
We got 9 minutes. I want to go play some games. I'm pretty sure all the viewers want to go play.
None of us actually do that. We just say we do on TV.
We're not on TV. We're on the internet.
We're all
it's all the same.
We don't actually play video games. We don't know anything about them.
Yep. We're liars.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I got a picture of Zelda on here. I mean, what the hell?
That's you think Zelda's a girl? It's fine.
I still got that picture saved, the one where it's all like, Zelda, I've been captured. Someone please help. And then they brought down the fucking drop down window and it says send link. I love that. Here, I'll post it there for you. So you know what I'm talking about.
Why is there an Angry Birds Transformers? I'm sorry.
It's the whole.
There's an Angry Birds everything.
It's Zelda 1, and it's the wizard doing, hey, take this sword. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. And then it's every other item. It's, and these, and this, and him. And and everything that's ever been in the Zelda game.
And Navi.
No.
It was Navi, King of Red Lions, the bird from Skyward Sword. So it's like you get all the annoying things in one. Have fun.
Red Warrior needs food badly.
Yeah, we'll make sure you guys check out again next week. We know Marco will be here, so.
Red Warrior is about to die.
This is a problem. I'm gonna have to work on this. I never know how to close out the show.
Yeah. Oh, you just say goodbye, lovelies.
Goodbye. Next week, and stay frosty.
Stay
frosty.
Say rough shadow.
Say you stay classy, San Diego. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah,
try to be slightly less unbearable, folks.
Yeah, I can't do that. Don't even fucking ask me.
Fuck.
You know
it's probably a good thing I end the show now because I start losing the reins about now. But whatever.
Yeah, about now. You mean about a half an hour ago?
Well, no, I like free time.
Yeah,
I like
free time. But Remy's in the process of cooking, so let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Good night, folks.
Good night. Thanks for watching,
everybody.
We love you.